97.
There we go. Champions of the year, we're here yet again. This is the 6th year for Champion of the Year, and I'm just thankful and grateful to still be here. It started off in this room for the 2017 debate, which was, happened in 2018, but to still be here after all these years and still being able to raise money. We got damn near $6,000. We have more money on the side to give to allocate to other awards, but I'm just happy to be here, honestly. I want to thank all y'all for even participating in the debate. We have people that's been here 2 years, probably 3, 6 years since its inception, and to still be here, it's amazing, it's wonderful. I want to thank y'all for even watching, but before we get into any particulars, we got to do the introductions. So from right to left, please introduce yourself and, give us a little briefing.
All right, M Lang 4132, Speaking Our Language show. Follow me on the channel. Do a lot of historical stuff. Champion Gold executive. Shout out to Champion Gold. We have great conversations there. Glad to be here for the second time. Ready to work.
You already know it's your boy Mark Jamgo. If you ain't know, aka Mr. Shake the Building, we here. Black, thanks for having me.
Salute.
Been on the Champion of the Year panel 4 years in a row now. Been part of Champion for over 6 years now, so happy to be here and let's debate.
J Smo Reviews on YouTube. Let's talk battle rap, as well as Champion Gold Executive. It's an honor to be here, man. Let's work.
Who am I? I'm France. Let's talk battle rap. Fifth installment, Champion of the Year. It's a blessing. We're ready to work.
All right, I think y'all know me. I'm Just Anwar. This year I will not be participating in the panel.
Why are you seated then? What's going on?
I'll be moderating, and we'll get into that after we finish the introductions. But Champion, y'all know what it is, A&R show. Shout out to Rita.
Hi, my name is Jay Black. Shake my hand. Champion, that's all I got to say.
Bad Money, I've been here all 6 years. Newest member of It's Just Battle Rap Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out the link. Dro, Touch Money Nah, and Sudi. And follow me on Twitter and Caffeine.
Tito KMF on everything, Twitch, Caffeine's, Twitter, everything, representing Champion Gold exclusively. You know what I'm saying? So I speak for the people today.
Tony Bro, Black Compass Media, 6'1", right? This is
6'1".
Yeah. I do everything. You know what I'm saying? everything you could do in battle rap besides rap. So management, all that as well. Walk Down, shout out to Canova, shout out to Driz, shout out to Posey as well, and Cola. Yeah.
What's good? Polo, Black Compass, BCM. Cash App, Polo, BCM for any leagues out there, we
There we go.
Yeah, we get to it early. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Again, thank y'all for watching. Please hashtag Champion of the Year. If you have a good take, bad take, or whatever's going down right here, just hashtag Champion of the Year. Help us in the algorithm of Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is. We appreciate y'all. But I have the same rules in front of me since its inception. I think we have to do this. Of course, we can make changes and add different verbiage, but it's like, just so y'all know, we keeping the same energy and fairness throughout. Let's read it. You can sync this all through from the years I've been doing this. Make it easier for you. But here we go. Raise your champion sign when prompted to vote for who you feel should get a higher placing amongst the ranks. Well, all of us have a champion sign in front of us. Keep your comments at a minimum, meaning 30 seconds to a minute, dependent on the argument in the earlier rounds. We have a moderator to keep us to that as best we can. This is battle rap. So, the rules are the rules, but, we're passionate in situation. Of course, we might go a minute, 2 minutes. And that's why we're here for hours, Listen, get your popcorn out right now. You're not about to leave in 30 minutes. Yeah. You're not going nowhere in an hour. You're going to be here with us for a while. If you're going to give away some money, we're going to get to the, the gist of it. The rounds will consist of restructuring the top 20 coat check, top 10. We'll get to that in a second. Survey list, placing 20 to 10, placing 10 to 5, placing 5 to 3, placing number 2, and champion of the year. I want to make this abundantly clear this time. We're going to change it, not change it up, but add more context and visuals to it. So when we get to the top 3 or top 2, whatever it is, we don't have to change our picks. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say Murder Mook and Loaded Luck, shout out to the legends, and Forefathers and Goats and stuff like that. With Thesaurus and Ilmac, right, we have them as a top 4. And we get to, let's say Loaded Lux and Ilmac is 1 and 2. We do not have to change our picks. I don't have to argue with him, oh man, you got to change. No. We have percentages attached to our name. So the breakdown is you guys at home voted, that donated, and appreciate your support, have 15%. The rest goes to each one of us. It's 9.45% that's attached to all of our names. So when I say, oh, Loaded Lux is number 1, he gets 9.4 points, you know, going into the entirety of the collective vote. Pardon me. So we don't got to change our picks. Let's get to the format. We debate around a structure criteria, which is on the next page. When it gets closer to the top 5, then we'll allow for stronger arguments and lengthy debates. Everyone in this room, just explained, that has a percentage attached to their name. Your voice and vote is very important. Depending on the turnout, I just explained that, you have a controlling interest on where $5,500 goes. But it's more than, y'all know it's more than that, bro. In terms of winning champion of the year. We've seen it. We've seen how people act. We've seen how the leagues may attach to, go against a person. Oh, it could work for you. That's all I'm saying. It's beyond the money at this point. You can say whatever you want. You know what I mean? People like to get spicy or say this or say that. But we just saying, listen, articulate your point, though. If you want to say this person is trash, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But give us a 30-second breakdown on why you feel like his round wasn't good or why he's not number 19 or 15 or number 1. We're here to debate that. We're here for hours for that. The criteria now, hold on. So when everyone makes their final vote for champion year, then Anwar, salute to you, will give the final 15%. So again, it could be in how this year might go, how I predict it to go and project it. Keep in mind, I don't know what's going to happen, right? You make an argument for a lot of people. So if let's say this side is Loaded Lux, this side is Murder Mook, and this side is Ilmac. What's that, like 30? You guys at home could probably pick who the last 15% goes to, and that could be the winner. We never know, but we'll see. We're probably on the same page. The criteria, strength of schedule. Should I read this out at this point? I mean, should I read this out? Okay. You should have one. Here you go. You got one. Here's the extra right here. You need it. We got the paperwork here. Okay, in sports, strength of schedule refers to the difficulty or ease of a person's opponent as compared to their other team's persons. This is especially important if the teams in league do not play each other the same number of times. Strength of schedule for champion of the year, as it pertains to champion of the year, the level of difficulty of a valorous oppositions in 2022, how hard was your schedule, list of opponents, wins and losses, frequency, impact. Have a strong effect on someone. That's the definition. Impact pertaining to champion of the year. A battle rapper that had a strong effect on the culture in 2022. A battle rapper that possibly shifted the culture in 2022. A battle rapper that gained a lot of momentum in 2022. His name is buzzing. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Consistency. Come on. Consistency pertaining to champion of the year. A battle rapper that shows up every single time. Whether you felt like he won or lost, he's there for the fight. 3 rounds, he's contending, he's boxing, you know what I'm saying? A battle that means a high quality in every battle. You know what I mean? So you can be consistent and show up with 3 rounds, but were they good? Were they solid? Are we debating for you? A battle rapper that has a high dependability, we can count on him. He's gonna be at the event. He's gonna show up. He's gonna, you know what I mean? He's there for the fight and he's showing up. He's not canceling whatever that is. Suits of MCs, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Moments.
I felt like that was a little personal. And he looked right at me.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's starting early. Moments. A very brief period in time and is important. So moments pertaining to champion of the year, an undeniable instance that is highly memorable and very good. Example. I'm gonna keep using an example. Shout out to Tay-Rock. And I've been saying this since 2017. It's been here. The seatbelt bar. It's undeniable. And if you go against that, you're a hater. It's just that simple. Even if you don't like, I don't like Rock, man. Come on, man. He's doing this and that. But that seatbelt bar is fire. It's undeniable. Hitman Holler, brother got to hold me up in 2013. You can hate Hitman if you want, but we know that that's a moment in time. Moments. Material, facts, information, ideas for use in creating a book or other work pertaining to battle rap and champion of the year. A battle rapper that displays great penmanship through punchline schemes and or angles. A battle rapper displays substance, creativity, and high lyrical ability. A battle rapper that displays content that requires extra thought after being delivered. Ooh, that's precise. Ooh, oh my God, that was good. All right. Performance. In real life, because, you know, we change stuff in battle rap, you know what I'm saying? Words mean different things in battle rap, we know that. An act on stage, act of staging or presenting a play, concert, or other form of entertainment, which should be battle rap. Pertaining to battle rap, champion of the year, a battle rapper displays great projection, movement, and delivery. A battle rapper that is proficient in entertaining the viewer and or audience. This is the criteria that we're going off of, and I think at certain points when the debate is, you know, kind of tied up, we definitely defer and go to this and give a count and see who wins that. And, you know, if it's early, we can use it early on in the beginning, too, if y'all want to. But we'll be here for longer. It is what it is. Shout out to the supporter, Coke Check. We're going to make an executive decision and just give the top 10 and funnel out and create our own 20 to 11, or even move people out the top 10. But as it stands right now, the first 7, the first 6, no particular order. So when you go out there tweeting out, man, no, don't skip this part. Come with me, don't skip this part. Don't even try to do that. Don't skip.
As y'all watching this, y'all
in no order. We'll get to we're here for the orders. In no specific order. Randomized. Bill Collector, Swamp, Tay Rock, Shotgun Suge, Danny Myers, Rum Nitty. The consensus amongst you all pretty much have voted this as the top 6. All right? 7, JC. 8, Easy the Block Captain. 9, A-Ward. 10, Fonz. Right? But here's how it goes. We got to explain this every year. They are not locked. We can move somebody out the top 6. We can move somebody out the top 10. Your position is not locked. You are not safe one bit. You understand? All right, we're going to make our own 20 to 11 and restructure this top 10 as well. Any words before we feast? Any words for anybody? Anybody got anything to say? There you go.
Listen, we get cussed out every year, you know. Shout out to all the battle rappers for all the work y'all put in. You know, it's not easy to get up there on the stage and do this, you know. So any arguments and, you know, critiques that may be levied against somebody, don't take it personal, man. There can only be one.
One thing I'm going to ask you just one more time before we get started, guys. Again, I'm just moderating. I don't have a vote. I don't have an opinion. I'm just here to keep y'all honest. One more thing. Can you run down the what we're counting as far as 3-round battles, 1-round battle, that little rank? That way everybody is clear and it's told to y'all on camera. That way,
okay.
We know
One more time, ladies and gentlemen. There seems to be confusion since every year and what counts and what doesn't count. I'm not sure y'all can find me on video saying that 1-rounders don't count, but I believe, because there's multiple J Blacks, by the way. There's different J Blacks over there. There's evil J Black, there's rapper J Black.
There's a rapper
in
Houston.
That I get blamed
Houston Barcode.
for. I get blamed for whatever that J Black is saying. I don't believe I ever said that 1-rounders do not count. Understand? So 1-rounders do count. 2-on-2 battles, they do count. Everything counts, but the weight is obviously different. Champion of the year, the meat and potatoes, what we're here for is 1-on-1, 3-round battles. You understand? And that's what I consider pretty much a real battle. Everything else is an appetizer. So all the way up here, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to, I think Cassie did this, so just all the way up here is 1-on-1, 3-round battles that's structured around 3 minutes with a 30-second grace, and it sometimes goes to 5 minutes, 8 minutes, depending on how much damage you want to do to your opponent and how motivated you are. Way under that, I would say is a light work because it's a 1-on-1, 3-round battle. Of course, the time is cut, but it's judged, and there's motivation to that. Because if it's judged and $5,000 online, it's motivation to that. But there's a dig there we're gonna address too. because everything ain't just crystal clear. We've seen things, you know what I'm saying? This is not the time to be nice. So I don't know how they're going to operate, because, again, this is not a dictatorship. If he feels this way, if he feels that way, it's fine. You feel like, oh, you can go past that, whatever it is. I feel a way about that, and we'll get to that in a second. Then you have, I believe, one-rounders. Again, a standard one-round battle, one-on-one, that has 3 minutes. 2-on-2 3-rounders. If I made a mistake, it's one-rounders. I probably made a mistake, pardon me if I switched those two, but one-rounders, I would say 2-on-2 is under that because you have a teammate.
Okay.
This is not a tag team belt. We could bring that in the future if y'all want. We could do best tag team of the year if y'all want. We can make things happen. Okay. But again, I think a 2-on-2 is under that. 2-on-2, 3-round battles under that. What else? I think that's it.
Yeah, 2-on-2 one-round.
The 2-on-2 one-rounds obviously under that. So that's kind of the breakdown on what counts the most. But again, we here for one-on-one, 3-round, 3 minutes and 30-second battles. That's what we here for. That's what the majority of the debate is about. So I would say if you have a person that's close, you want to sprinkle in a one-rounder that they did that was impactful, you could. You know what I mean? Oh, he did this, he did that. You know what I'm saying? So kind of add that to it.
But just remember, again, I'm here. So if you're going to count a one-rounder for somebody in your argument at 17, that one-rounder that they might have lost at 3 is going to come back. You know, that's the bottom line. We're holding guys accountable. Shout out to France. His blood pressure last year.
Oh, it's going up again. Wow, you can going up again. Don't worry about that. We'll get him pissed off.
I have everybody's top 20 list. Thank y'all for providing these. Again, told y'all when y'all gave them to me. It's not fluid. It's not like this is what you have to say.
You don't have to go by that.
This is what you had before arguments. Understanding that you might have forgot something. Somebody may make an argument that moves the person you had, let's just say, at 3 to 5. It's okay. But we do have these, so I'm ready for it.
One thing I will say, too, a lot of times people see in a survey, there could be mistakes that happens. We're all human. We don't have a big corporation. We don't have a crazy sponsorship by anybody. And, again, if somebody help us out with something that goes to the battle rappers, we're going to give that. Like, I got a situation where we just created a whole, I got off the phone, that's what you want to do. That literally, we made a whole new award on the spot. So the money that person's giving to us is for that battle rapper. That battle rapper's getting the money that we just got. But, again, if you don't see somebody's name on the list, each of us have our own opinions. We can bring a name up. So, again, there was a mistake. I think there was a mistake because if you follow this guy and pay attention, shout out to Bizzle Bond. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. This is the time for honorable mentions. New Jersey Twerk was off the list. He wasn't on there. I want to keep bringing up Scott like this. Show-off wasn't on the list. You know what I mean? We brag about people doing 3 battles in 1 month. Show-off did that. So this is the portion where we can name honorable mentions and then start to crack the top 20. Okay. So whoever want to start, talk to me. I can start it too if y'all want it.
I was just going to say before we start, I want to go ahead and first of all thank, you know what I'm saying, Jay Black for allowing us to have, especially with giving Champion Gold. Check out Champion Gold. Shout out to Champion Gold. Thank you. Giving people, you know what I'm saying, fans like me, fans of Jay Smo and Lang, who are also part of it, the opportunity to
shout out to T-Rex. We all fans, man. Shout out to T-Rex. Salute, my nigga. What's up? We all fans. Yeah, we fans.
But the opportunity to not only be here, but be able to chop it up with everybody and everything like that. So I just want to make sure you get your flowers at the top. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and a quick note on honorable mention as well is this entire list and this entire segment is really designed for you guys, people at home, to pay attention to what happened last year, right? This is a time capsule. We put it in a big battle rap Smithsonian one day, you know what I mean? So all the battles that we talk about, all the battlers that we talk about, we encourage you to go follow them, talk to them, give them your opinion. You think I was tripping? Yo, Tone Bro has you at this. Like, do that, please. This is what this is for. This is our community. This is us. All right, so. Yeah, that being said.
All right, and again, obviously we all do our due diligence throughout the year, but I think to have the top 20s turned in, because we always say, yo, do you got your top 20? So it's only right to hold our own feet to the fire. Yo, turn in your top 20 before you speak. So all of us have turned in the top 20 before we spoke. Simple as that.
Straight up.
I have it. It's documented. It's documented for the Champion Archives only. Yeah. But it is documented. I gave them back to y'all so y'all have y'all reference points. So I'm ready for y'all to get started, man.
100.
I can go out the gate if y'all want. Go ahead.
I want to start. We're doing honorable mentions first, or we're getting into
honorable mentions of people you feel that's supposed to be in the top 20.
So I wanted to start off with the honorable mentions and then get to who I think should be in 20. So for honorable mentions, want to give a major shout out to Holmesy. I thought Holmesy had a really, really solid year. You know what I'm saying? Great performances against Snake Eyes, great performance against Jay, great performance against There's another battle I'm thinking of. A great performance. Just overall over the course of the year. Great one-rounder against Loso, even though I don't really weigh one-rounders like that. But I think that in terms of consistency, showcasing great consistency, great material, he has shown proof that last year. Want to give a special shout-out to Marv One. Done a tremendous work all of 2022, a lot of battles.
Same honorable mentions.
Very consistent too. Also, a special shout out to Enest as well. I think Enest is another person that battled a lot, considering how long he's been in the game, still showing improving in this latter portion of his career. Now, in terms of number 20, there's a person that wasn't mentioned. I feel like I have it number 20. And you just mentioned him. I think Bizzo Bond is 20.
All right.
And I'm willing to, you know, I have points to say. I think for me, when you talk about impact on an international scale, right? Having a UK Battle of the Year with Tony D, huge. Battling a legend like The Swords and beating him clear, huge. Battling Real Deal, the champion of KOTD, huge. I feel like the impact is there. I feel like the improvement aspect is there. He added more tools in his arsenal with the angling, with knowing how to attack his opponent and stuff like that. And I just think his material, you know what I'm saying, consistency and impact is just enough for him to be top 20, in my humble opinion. So anybody have another 20 we can...
Well, let's have everybody go through their honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah, let's have everybody...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all good. I got you written down, but let's have everybody do their honorable mentions, and then we'll get to the top 20. But you got that. Whoever.
Whoever want to speak, whoever want to speak.
If you want to talk,
I ain't got to go on.
Go ahead, Paul.
Listen.
Go ahead, Polo, it's on you.
We in a fight right now. Let's get this.
Polo, it's on you. I got you.
We in a fight right now. All the formalities out the window. Then we good. We good.
Honorable mentions for me, Bad News. I feel like he had a really good year. KD had a good year. Y'all gonna be. I got Kid Slade, honorable mention. You know.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, I got Kid Slade, honorable mention.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Already? I got Slade on my top 20.
I got Slade on my top 20.
We can't hear
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Well, yeah.
Let him go. Let him get out.
I mean, I got him in my honorable mention, man. He got caught with some performance enhancement drugs this year. You know, I'm just, don't kill me. I'm sorry. So I got him in my honorable mention. I got to review the great game tape. Then I'm gonna come back. Maybe, hey, this is a new year. But
Billionaire
for last
Polo
year, I got him in my honorable mention
on Twitter.
Yo, what's your ad again on Twitter? What's your ad? What's your ad?
Put it right on the screen.
Oh yeah, Billionaire Polo right now. They in the comments right now. Drop a
right
prop for me.
Hold on, let me go. Hold on. I know they frying you. Go ahead.
Hey, they can fly me though they want. But
It's
yeah, I
your
got
opinion,
Kid
though.
Slade as my honorable mention. I feel like Old Red also honorable mention for me. He had a cool year, and yeah, that's it for right now.
I want to shout out None. I think he started off the year really well. I think put in some good performances. Probably the most battles he's taken on URL this year. Definitely did his thing. Even in defeat, I felt like we learned a lot more about him as a battler, as an artist and stuff like that. He showed a lot of personality when his back was up against the wall. Also want to shout out Charlie Clips as well. Didn't quite have him in my 20, but I still think very consistent, did what he needed to do on the court. Shout out to Yoshi, you know what I mean? Shout out to Lou. Shout out to the people that he battled, but he's still able to handle business. Like, you know, Clips is still who he is, and I think he had a great year. And I also want to shout out Shuni. Shout out to Shuni. I think she's been having great performances. You know, she's one of the ladies, if we look back in the archive, she made the top 20 as well in the past. Great performances. Her and Fetty, for me personally, was a great performance as well. Just to see them, you know what I mean, how they conducted that. And, you know, her and Fonz, her and K Chaos, you know, you say what you want about whatever the outcome was. She was right there in the fight, and I wanted 3 rounds from each of them. So shout out to her. Those are my honorable mentions.
For me, at Tito KMF, by the way, on everything, so y'all can hit me up. You know, drop some props for your boy. Other than, I got a couple honorable mentions here. Specifically, I got None as well. I got Jay the Nightwing as well as an honorable mention. He had a lot of really great material, although his win record isn't the best. I think he had a lot of really dope material. I love his 3rd round against Tink is one of my favorite rounds of the year, personally. I got Real Deal as an honorable mention as well. We got to shout out. You know
I do
what I'm
as
saying?
well. I do as well.
Yeah, you know, like Real Deal. Although he actually given Real Deal's usual intake of battles, it's actually pretty much a down year for Real Deal in terms of activity. But he does have a win over Oops, and as well as a win over Saint, as well as a judge win on the title defense as well. But you know, it's just there's not enough. So those are the two for me. And then we'll get into my 20 in a second.
Just real quick on Real Deal though.
Can I just say, yeah, because I want to say so. Ask him about Real Deal as well. He needs to get a lot more respect out here.
He's held the belt all year. Just gave it up.
The man has multiple defenses, and these are not sweet defenses. Like he really has to go on his back for that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's one of the unsung veterans that's dope, that's up there, that should be talked about amongst certain names.
Dependable.
You know what I mean? Like he's one of them.
And
So
I don't know if I heard you mention, but the compliment battle against Rome.
compliment battle.
Just because it was a compliment battle,
crazy. Yeah,
that battle was crazy.
It was crazy.
Rome was
It
a
was.
fire
He doesn't
opponent.
get
The writing and the difficulty in a compliment battle goes unnoticed. So I'm giving him credit for that. What?
You said the writing?
The writing. In a compliment, they had bars in that battle, so I give him credit for that. So I definitely have Real Deal as an honorable mention.
There is one more name I am going to mention. We talked about earlier, and we'll talk about. I'm sure this person will come up. I think Mike had a good year too, man. Despite what happened at the beginning of the year, Mike P. Even though I don't have him in my top 20, I do have him as a couple things. The battle against None, I think, is a clear win. He did lose to Chilla, but it's also another good showing here. But he also, in my opinion, had probably the best round of any light work. You know, in art, you know what I'm saying? In the history of light work, he has the best round. Arguably, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's a top 5 round of the year. So, yeah, versus Sharon, you know, for me that's a top 5 round of the year, even in the time constraint as well. So, although he's not my top 20, I do want to give a shout out for Mike because the quality of work that he had after the Geechee battle. You know, like he started off the year rough, but he was able to come back and to be able to do both in the same year. I think you should get flowers for that. So.
I have somebody that actually made my list, but I don't think that, because I actually have Real Deal on my list as well, but I don't think that he'll end up making a final list. When you think of this award, you know, you're thinking about the people who pretty much encompass that year, you know, who define that year, who you can't think about, and just the battle rap culture, the year period. When you look back at 2020, chat, let me get all my bars off before y'all react. When you look at 2020 and what impacted battle rap severely in 2020, you have to look at Twitter Spaces. And I'm not counting any space battles with this person. I want to give Appa some love because he took doing impersonations, you know, in Twitter Spaces to Twitter Space battles to a debut on King of the Dot, and he wound up being iBattle's Rookie of the Year. You know, and he's one of my favorite people to watch in all of 2022. So I want to at least give him an honorable mention.
Wait, I forgot None too. I definitely got None as my honorable mention. I forgot to put None.
Yeah, I'll do my honorable mentions quickly next. Some of them are repeats. Bizzo Bond, I think he did great things. Him and Tony D had an absolutely great battle. Beating Real Deal clear at that is not an easy thing to do. There's a reason the man was champion so long. Not champion, but he beat him clear. Also want to mention None, absolute workhorse. The record doesn't actually signify consistency. No.
Careful who you politicking with, cause niggas talking. We stop giving gang applications out. Niggas soft, might not catch him in that Jeep. We gon' get him in that hawk. He had a mask, but I ain't have to see his face. We know his walk. Trade a life, you want this chain. Doing donuts in the rain. Catch him slipping, that's a stain. I know my ops like I know gang. No, it send me to the bone. Zippers, I Keisha alone. I can't free none of them killers, so it's minutes.
But yeah, although one that I know is going to be on some people's list, for me, right on the outside, is Snake Eyes. I think Snake Eyes definitely had an impact on the year. I
don't look over here every time Snake Eyes get pulled up.
By the way,
else
chat,
is anybody gonna
in
look
case
over
you
your
didn't know,
pole?
I managed Snake Eyes.
Nah, but early in the year, obviously, he was
Relax.
talked about sometimes for good things, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, for bad things. But I also want to say his pen definitely improved. There's aspects of the game, but there is some lopsided losses on here, and I think especially taking a 30 to stumbles is probably what keeps him out of the 20 for me. But there is an argument for him there. But for me, he's like that 6th man, my last honorable mention.
Facts. Well, nobody else? Did you have any? Yeah. I about to say, I don't know if you got something too.
All right. piggybacking off Bad Money, I want to definitely give a shout out to Eunice as well. Eunice and Appa both definitely led the charge from like going from like places from spaces, you know what I'm saying? And he also had like, he won the Midnight Madness Gauntlet. It was a tournament, 32-man tournament. He won that. He's also on OSBL. He's in the Crucible now. He has an iBattle. He has a dope battle on GTX, the rematch with Appa in person. They got a 2-on-2 where they beat Elijah Straight and Saga. Okay? They got another 2-on-2 with Ace Amin and Sheed, so that's dope. Another big honorable mention, shout out to D.I. the Henny Man. He's a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? He had a point of the year where he literally had 3 main events back-to-back, I think in like May. He won the biggest bag on the floor for Midnight Madness before Midnight Madness.
Shout out to Battle Rap Trap.
Yeah. Shout out to Battle Rap Trap and all the trappers. He's a hard worker. And one more honorable mention, but he might make the list for sure. I'm willing to hear all cases, and I think he has a good enough year to make it. It's Clean Paper, you know. Dope battle with Geechee Gotti, where he was counted out and arguably won that battle. Dope 2-on-2 with Mac Myron. Even though I have him losing the A-War because he wasn't clean, but he had a lot of fire material, and the level of effort he gave with writing his rounds on his hands is memorable. Signed a 2-year deal with URL, and out the gate, his first 2 battles were fire. So Clean is having also a really good year.
All right, let me see. I don't know who's going to end up on the list. Let me say a few names. Obviously, I already said Bizzle Bond. Again, Show Off was doing this thing. I'm not sure if Caution's going to play, so shout out to Caution. Kitchen Clean.
Caution with a K.
757, right?
Come on, we know what we're doing here. Let's what we doing? Come on, we doing? What we doing? Salute. Shout out to both Cautions.
Big time.
With all due respect. Let me see. DNA. I don't know if y'all putting Averb up there. Who? Averb, Calico. These honorable mentions. Just in case people don't mention.
I'm keeping track of all of the honorable mentions so that when the battle rappers get mad, I can say you were at least mentioned. That's all.
Let me say this too.
DNA.
And I want to say this last name. I don't think he's an honorable mention. I think he is above 20.
Yeah.
I think he's up way probably past 19. I think he's way up on this list, and that's New Jersey Twerk. Y'all not strapped in. Y'all disrespected this man. Hold on, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Y'all violate this brother right here. I understand the 1-rounder and against Real Name Brandon in February, whatever time that was. But since then, what has this man done? You know what I mean? We love to shit on people, and then this person did that person did this. This man has been on a stellar track. Lou Castro, the Snake Eyes battle, the Old Red Lightwork battle, the Real Sick battle. He had high moments throughout the year. He literally bounced back after being sat down accordingly, right? So I'm not sure how his name wasn't brought up in the, in certain spots. I'm just saying, because again, there's a coach check, and I feel like his name wasn't really where it's supposed to be for the most part. So I think we discussed him later. I don't think he's even 20. That's for me. I don't even think I think he's above 20. So I mean, you can get in that though.
So now we're at 20.
We're at 20.
So
wait. Do one more.
I'm about to say,
we're at 20.
He had another honorable
Twerk is way above that.
Just a name I think we do it every year, but needs to be mentioned is Dre Dennis.
Okay.
Just consistency, material.
Shout out to Dre Dennis.
Just every year his name gets brought up right around this point.
Yeah.
He had arguably the best 1-rounder of the year against Prep. So I think he deserves at least a mention in the top 20 honorable mention area. Shout out to Dre Dennis.
So all of our honorable mentions: Holmesy, Bad News, KD, Bizzle Bond, Slee, Old Red, Mike P, None, Clip, Shuni, Jada Nightwing, Real Deal, Appa, Snake Eyes, Eunice, D.I. the Handyman, Clean Paper, Show Off, 757 Caution, Verb, DNA, Twerk, and Dre Dennis. I got everybody's honorable mentions, right? It's lit. Number 20, where we at?
So I jumped into the bag early. For 20, I think Bizzo sets off the list at number 20. I think that the impact by itself is,
Hey, don't make it look. Fight it.
I'm about to say. No, I'm just saying. I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
No. I think when you look at this year, right? Like having the Battle of the Year in the UK against Tony D, legend. You know what I'm saying? Doing that, battling Real Deal. We just gave a lot of credit for Real Deal doing what he does, and he's the only one to kind of beat Real Deal that year. You know what I'm saying? And then beating Thesaurus, and then not to mention Kojay, he also battled Appa too. I think that he's been extremely consistent. I think that he's had great material all year, and I think his impact, you know what I'm saying, warrants him enough to be the start of the list. Who you guys have at 20?
I'm about to say, does anybody?
You sure? All right. I'm gonna keep it. And here's the thing about number 20. I think the 20 is a watermark. It sets the tone for the rest of the list. I got Geechee at 20. I got Geechee Gotti at 20. If you look at with the 3 battles, and you know what I'm saying. So because I have Geechee at 20, I can't have Bizzo above Geechee, and the reason being, so you look at his strength of schedule.
How much time he get moderated? What's going on?
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. What are you doing, yo? Hey, we interrupt.
It's supposed to be 30 seconds. I'm giving everybody a 30 seconds.
Let me. You know what I'm
saying? Took 60 seconds.
He got it. What? What's going on
All right.
It's a 3-time champion of the year, sir.
I got Geechee at 20. Here's the reason.
Tito, make your case.
Here's the reason why, right?
Geechee, you right? Can you run the corner?
Not arguably. He arguably has the best and most, like, on paper, the best strength of schedule of anybody on this list, other than maybe 1 or 2 people. It's really up there in terms of strength of schedule. He has impact, okay? But he also has clear losses on this list that kind of prevent him from being further up than I think he normally should have been. And again, if I put Geechee at 20 based off the rest of my list, we'll get into it, I can't have Bizzo above him if Geechee is... Because if I put Geechee, it's, as you all know, when you make lists, you got to like go based off of who you have above and who you have below as terms of list. And it just happened to be where Geechee for me is 20, so I can't unless you convince me that.
I think most of us have Geechee higher than 20, so that's why that's not a. Respectfully, I don't think that's a good reference point because like I think most of us have Geechee higher. So if anything, you would want to compare. Like if there's another person that we feel like is at the 20 mark, then we can probably make that comparison.
Yeah, I just feel like it's way too early to mention Geechee. Even if you go by like the guideline strength of schedule, Geechee has a crazy schedule. Impact, Murder Mook, Geechee, Irvin Plaza return. Consistency, he bodied Disaster and Mike P.
Body strong, but he beat him. He was not consistent. Body strong, but he beat him. Yeah. I agree he beat him, but body is strong.
The Disaster, I'll give you. I mean Mike P, he bodied.
He did not body Disaster.
He didn't body Diz, but he beat him clearly.
I haven't beat him Diz, but I just think body's
end of the league. Like, what y'all talking about?
They haven't had another.
When was the last time they had a? I don't remember.
Disaster is on IR right now.
And then,
okay, shout out to Diz.
We know Diz on IR.
Man,
torn ACL.
And then, even if you go from the moments, you go with the Mike P moments, with the crowd participating, with the user bitch and all that. Even he just check off too many of this to even be close to 20. For 20 for me, I probably will have to put between. I'll probably go DNA for 20. I don't know if y'all have. I think DNA had a great year. He had some 1-rounders, but he was cooking in the light work. Had a good official. I got DNA at number 20.
I got DNA higher, but the name I want to suggest for 20, I want to set off the tone with KD at 20. KD. I like. I know 2-on-2s are probably ranked lower than 3-on-3s and 1-rounders, but his 2-on-2 with MVP was a really dope battle. One of my favorite battles this year. His battle with Wise, a battle of the year contender. They split the money, even though it was a judge win for him. What he did at Bags and Bodies, the battle with J-Dat guy was such a good battle. Battle of the night for the auditions that they both made it into the house. He's got a judge win against Gwitty, a 12-hour notice battle against Bad News. So I feel like he had a lot of impact, a weaker strength for schedule, really good material, and this is like the highlight year of his career thus far. I don't know if it's enough for me to rank it any higher than 20. Like 19 is the highest I'll go for KD, but I'm shooting for KD at 20.
I'm not mad at KD for the reasons that you said. I actually went Bad News as number 20, and based off of some of the things that you said there. But I think him setting it off. Listen, Midnight Madness was what it was, and the fact is, for him to set that off against J2, which I think is a really good battle as well. Him and Snake is probably, before whatever happened, was probably the second highest viewed battle that wasn't on URL, right? And that's another thing. And it's expertly shot. Avo deserves a fucking Emmy for that, and he went crazy. It's a judge win for him as well. In my opinion, he beat Kid Slade in the band. Like he did that.
So one round, right?
Yeah, it was a 1 round to start the year off, right? And then
Number 20.
yeah, and then he took the short notice battle with Katie, as you said. So I
Make sure you mention 1 round.
I feel like Bad News, like the energy that he's coming with, you know what I'm saying, his work on Bags and Bodies and his work in Midnight Madness, 2 imprints that were really important this year. Like I think, you know, Impact, he kind of got that as well. So yeah, I'm going Bad News number 20.
Go ahead, Joyce.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, to start off, I too had Geechee Gotti at 20. I think that while he is for sure, when it comes to impact and strength of schedule, up there, we have 6 pieces of criteria. Geechee Gotti to me was not consistent. There's multiple clear losses here. There's rounds like his second versus Hollow, which is like a round that almost feels like he throws away live. And there's, even though he's battling at the highest level and it looks good on paper, you need to show up and battle at the highest level.
Look at who he's but look at the people.
Look at his
the people
performance.
but look at the people he's battling though. Look at these this is not small potatoes here. This is it's different.
Let me ask both of y'all
Murder
questions.
Mook in the Mecca?
Yeah, like
where
I got you. What are the clear losses he has? Because he has a judge loss to Truffaut, clear loss to Mook. What else?
That's everything else is debatable.
I respond. First, I think that he's got a consensus loss to Hollow. I don't know how debatable y'all feel that is.
I don't think that's consensus.
I think he lost to Cleveland.
I had Hollow winning clearly. So.
Yeah, he also has a judge loss to Truffaut. He also has a judge loss to Truffaut. Jazz was a, I mean, you could debate it, but the battle was.
It's a vote loss, though. It is.
No, Geechee and Jazz?
Let's get the vote context right.
Let's hold it down.
Yeah, let's
Kings versus Queens.
It's so many other names. I feel like we just jump in.
Kings versus Queens. Traditionally, what the fan vote is what we accept.
Is that what we go with?
So traditionally, that's what it's been.
And Jazz won
Jazz won the fan vote. So Jazz has that.
Hold on. Interjection right here. Hold on 1 second. First of all, let's go back to that situation. Shout out to Jazz. I think she deserves all credit for that battle. But the situation what happened during Kings and Queens, the majority of the chat left. Majority of the chat left. So the vote was put up 5 minutes after it was already done. So they got the minimum. Like KCJ versus Averb got thousands upon thousands.
And he's winning on the app.
8,000.
He's winning on the app.
9,000. So between Jazz and Geechee, they got like 500.
Like, I'm not mad if you have Jazz, but I feel like we just can't just mark
I'm
it
just
off
saying
like
clear.
automatically.
So you can say Jazz won the battle. That's not what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
to just
but,
say,
like, I don't feel like
she clearly voted. I can't say voted lost for the most part.
One moment. I just want to establish this benchmark right now since it finally got brought up and I've been waiting for it. The app. The URL TV app.
Who brought that up?
France just did. France just said the app has him winning. So I'd like to go around. Everybody just. It's literally yes or no. Hold up. Do you count the app as far as wins or losses? Yes or no?
No.
For your champion of the year debate.
No.
Okay. Tony Bro.
No. Hell
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No.
Tito.
It's not really mine.
No, but I think it does matter.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely.
The margin matters.
The margin matters more.
Understood.
Than,
but right, the main thing is I just don't want again. We're at number 20. When we get to number 2, I don't want somebody to say he's undefeated on the app. And then have that.
You can use it as a point of
Right.
reference.
But that cannot be the base of your
It is a
argument.
data point, like anything else. It's just
That
data.
money.
Yeah.
Does the app vote?
I mean, I've been here for 6 years. Nowhere in the same criteria that's been here for 6 years do we use app votes as a measuring rod. We are here in a percentage.
2017 and 2018.
Well, whatever.
Go ahead.
But
So,
no years does the criteria for champion of the year encompass
I got you.
like app votes. So my answer is no, because at the end of the day, my percentage is tied to my opinion.
Got you. Jay Black. Well, grab that. I'm sorry, but that's what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen.
Tread lightly, Black.
We want to make sure because I see the tweets.
Yeah.
So I want to know.
I
That's
agree with
all.
bad money. Yeah.
People pick and choose when to use certain
That
things
is
to
a
further their
fact.
point.
That is a fact.
That's my
so
answer.
I'd like to know.
No. You know, I have my own mind. I've watched these battles. I did my own due diligence. But like they said, loophole there is the margin. And if we're going to say someone lost clearly, I guess that's why it's being brought up here and there. But for me, no, that's not the final say.
Two things could be true. You can have your opinion and take the numbers with nuance into your criteria. because it's like we can't use the word consensual and then omit the app as one of the uses.
Consensual.
Consensual is way different. You mean consensus. He horny. He horny police.
Call him. I'm sorry, I slipped up.
Yeah.
Consensus.
15-yard penalty.
Consensus.
Consensual.
I'm sorry. We can't say the
Flag
word
on the play.
I'm sorry. You can't say the word consensus and then use like a Twitter poll or YouTube poll or whatever, and then omit the app as one of the voting polls. So
Understood.
like, you know what I'm saying? So if either you omit the word consensus or you admit that it's a equation in the word consensus. So
Okay. So to be clear.
yes, with nuance.
Okay. So Francis, yes, but with nuance. The same. Basically, he said the opposite of what Tito said. Tito said no, but understanding like margin.
But aren't we here in this room because of like our minds and battle raps?
Oh, absolutely.
But
that's why I say use it as a reference point.
Right.
Yeah, that's for like the paying fan of the people that pay for the apps. They vote for that. I don't think we should use that. I mean, we can look at it and decide, but I don't think we should. Put that
It's not an end all be all. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to establish the benchmark. Mark.
And I was just gonna say there's battlers on this list that aren't on the app.
Exactly.
So that might be you know when we're debating. If one battler against another and one's on the app and one's not, then you got to go to a different criteria.
Understood. Hold on, Lang. Jay Smo, sorry about that.
Yeah, just to kind of reiterate what people said, for me, it could be support and evidence, but not a reason, especially when we're talking margin, like thousands of votes or something of that nature. I think that has to be super taken, but when we know battles are debatable or close in voting, no, I don't think that just because someone wins on the app, that automatically means they win.
All right. Emily?
Yeah, I agree with everything Smo said. Yeah, I don't really. I can use it as a reference point, but that's not my end all be all in terms of determining who won.
All right. So just to be clear, so that is what I wanted the viewers to understand as well. So actually not the general consensus. What you guys have all said and agreed to is the app it's a supporting figure, but it is not the basis of anybody's argument. That's all. So just wanted to make sure that was clear to everybody.
However, Kings and Queens
Here we go.
is very different.
Okay.
Light work is very different.
Right. These are voted and
These are voted things, and
Midnight Madness.
Yeah. So even though I do understand what Black was saying about people leaving the chat, the number
700 votes for the main
event. The number
event.
is the number, though, right? Like the number is the number.
700 votes for the main event. I'm just saying that there's a situation there.
But I agree, but at the same time, like the number is the number. Like I got Geechee winning that battle, but I understand the number is the number. You know what I mean? Like I can't disregard the number when just because you know what I'm saying.
Wait, but if you have Geechee beating Jazz,
Yeah.
It's close though. It's close.
Well, it's
because I personally got Geechee beating Daz, but I'm doing my basis off the fact that I considered it a judge loss because it was voted on. Both of these things can be true. I got Sharon beating Real Deal, but Sharon lost. You feel me? Like it's the same kind of thing.
Good luck by putting Geechee right here. I'm waiting to see the rest of
tough.
what goes up after this. Good luck.
Because all right. What the basis of Geechee Gotti being at 20 is what? The performances, the inconsistency of performance. Right?
I think a lack of consistency and material.
Okay, so then what about the other 5 criteria here?
I find it strange that you guys are omitting the app or the votes when you can actually use that for your argument right now because he lost 4 consecutive battles on caffeine by the caffeine votes.
It's true.
So like,
Nobody's omitting to the people that have
those two. Yeah.
Use it as supporting.
But I don't like. Let's look at the other points here. I mean, we saw strength of schedule. It is what it is, right? You said, what about the actual? You said consistency is not there.
I think consistency, performance, and material are all in question.
Material is in question as well? Is material this year?
He got a body of the year, arguably, with Mike P last year.
So one,
Listen,
which is big, but there's a lot of baggage.
I appreciate everything you're saying. And I'm pretty sure you can say in a whole bunch of different language, but you don't speak for us.
100%.
No, it's a bar. Geechee got bar.
That was a bar. I'm joking. That was a bar.
So Geechee got bar. That's what he said for the disaster.
Exactly. The battle
y'all
said is
That's a
close.
bar. I don't
think it's close. I think he won. I don't think it's a body. You said it was a body. I don't believe
that was a body, man.
But also, if the majority,
disaster hill left salute, but that was a body.
I don't know. I mean, personally, I don't look at battle rap as something you can judge on a statistical basis. This is an art form at the end of the day, more than a sport, if anything. So art is subjective to the viewer. You know what I mean? And the person who's looking at the art at the end of the day. Like Mark said, there's people on this list that are going to make this list and that are honorable mentions that don't have an app battle, that didn't battle on URL. So RBE doesn't have an app. You understand what I'm saying? King of the Dot doesn't have an app.
Yeah, you got to
So,
kind of
I mean, we have to be fair.
But the impact is your schedule, right? We say our A's, right? We get A's in these categories. This is 100. Yeah. So
I would say moments too.
Okay, so that's
The three other ones.
Yeah, well, he has, moment, I think specifically, there's going to be 6, right? So there's other people that are going to split with him. I think that a lot of times he's going to lose on the 3 that I mentioned. When he has impact, strength of schedule, and moments, obviously it's going to go towards him being a superstar too. He kind of naturally gets that a lot of the time. But I feel like he has a lot of losses here clear. I feel like Hollow, he threw away the second. You can't just do that in these big moments versus Mook. I understand that that is Mook and Irving Plaza.
That's Mook and Irving Plaza.
But did he
Everyone
not,
on your list
his third
is
wasn't
losing
full of
that
stumbles, though?
battle.
Did he fully perform?
Everybody on your list is losing that battle to Murder Mook that day.
But
Every
he's
single
the one that took
person.
the battle and lost it. I mean, got Mook on these other
And
resumes.
I think in that Hollow battle, a lot of people after the battle were talking about his third round too.
He did.
Geechi's.
He did have his third match.
His third were quotable
It's a
from
fact.
front to back. So, I mean,
I don't have Geechee at 20. I'm gonna say who I have, and we can still continue our conversation. I think Clips did enough to make it on the list. I think if we're gonna put, I think Clips should be there.
Yeah, I had Clips at 19, but
I think Clips should be.
Clips
I had
is higher
Clips-
than 20 for me as well.
I had Clips at 19, but I ain't really mad at 20.
I had him at 18, but I was
Where do
just
you have
trying
him,
to.
Paul?
The
I
way
had
this, the way
Clips
this is
at-
going,
at-
if we could debate Geechee, I swear.
Yeah, I don't know.
I swear
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna-
kind of.
If the majority
I got
has that,
Geechee
of course,
above
I'm not
Clips,
like
man.
married to it. I give it a 20.
Yeah,
Clean would
I
probably
have
be my
Clips
next
at
option
19.
there.
I'm not mad at Calico or DNA or Clips at 19, 20. I'm not too mad at that. I like
DNA.
I kind of want to second Bizzo Bond at 20. Thank you. I kind of want to second. So you
Oh,
got to
here we
vote.
go.
I mean,
So, but hold
Real
on.
Deal, Tony D, and Abba,
So-
and
What about
you
Show
have at
Off
20?
at 20?
You had DNA at 20, right?
20 for me could be.
Because I had DNA higher. That's why I'm asking.
20 for me could be DNA, Calico, or Clips. It could
I have Calico higher
be
too.
Okay, I ain't mad at that if you got it higher.
Now you said you have Clips. I don't.
He said he had Clips at
Oh,
20.
you have Clips at 20?
No, I got Clips at somebody's phone calling me.
I will put Show Off at 20.
I had Clips at 18 actually.
Okay, so you have Clips higher.
Again, the way things are going.
But
I
what,
see-
who you have at 20? I'm trying to establish because like me and Mark both kind of have Bizzo as the standard of 20. We're trying to compare to like the other people that we
I put
might
a lot
have
of
at
names
20
at
spot.
20, but
Yeah, me too.
I had None, KD, Show Off, Marv 1, Rosenberg Raw.
Well, I know France had KD at 20. Does anybody else wanted to KD at 20?
I can second that.
I had him in my honorable mention. He made good points though. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
I didn't have him, but I'm open to it.
With his Midnight Madness battle and the 2-on-2, you know what I'm saying? Sprinkling, by the way, I'm not saying the council.
Yeah.
Right.
But Sprinkling, I feel like those was situations where it's like, okay.
Very impactful, 100%.
Like top battles of the he's named twice in top battles of the year.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I put like. I mean,
I think 20 is.
Yeah.
I can agree with that, but again, I would like a Show Off or somebody like that as well too.
Okay.
So
Who
None,
would
None.
be Bizzo off?
Y'all
Or
said
None,
Bizzo.
None.
So y'all said y'all two got Bizzo.
Can y'all sell us on Bizzo real fast?
No, I'm just saying, like,
One
I touched on it a little bit.
I'm not mad at it. Again, I'm not mad at it.
No, I touched on it a little bit.
I need to be sold. I ain't
No,
gonna
no, I'm about to say,
Black History Month.
I'm about to say,
Black History Month. You need to be
Just
sold.
say right now, yo, why is he?
Yeah, no,
Break
I'm
it
saying
down.
it's Black History Month. You talk about you need to be sold. What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying, like, sell us on the point. Sell us on the point.
Yeah, I need to be sold
No,
on this
because I already gave you 3 parts of the criteria that I think he's like pretty like well in impact, material, and consistency. I feel like there was not one performance from Bizzo that I felt like it just wasn't good. Material, I thought his material versus Tony D, amazing. His material versus Real Deal, amazing. His material versus The Source was really, really good to me. And then just its impact. I think like if you have a UK Battle of the Year, you're the title holder, and on top of that, just beating the Soares, right? Like, and him also, like, he could arguably, Mark mentioned off camera, he could arguably be in the conversation for one of the more improved battlers this year. He made a huge leap from where he was a couple years into now. Like, he's like the talk of his country in UK. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then on top of that, it's just like I don't think that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't think I don't think we've done our due diligence enough in terms of a culture, giving that acclaim to international stars. I feel like he's an international star that deserves this recognition, especially if he's battling across not just UK, but
He's jumping.
And then we just
for me 20 honorable mentions.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you have him higher than Rosenberg, Calico, Eclipse? You have higher than Rosenberg?
I have Calico on the list. I don't have
Calico on my
list
list.
Too.
Okay,
I have higher than Clips too. We can
have him
have
higher than Show Out?
Show Off.
I'm sorry, pardon.
Yes, I do.
man.
Yes, I do.
Shout out
Yes,
Hitman.
I do.
I'm thinking about
Yes, I do.
Hitman.
I think he has better material. I think he has better impact. And better strength of schedule.
We run through that schedule. We say Thesaurus,
Real Deal. Well, I need
Tony D,
Tony D, Kojay, Appa.
I
need the whole.
Okay. Yeah, because that's
Tony D, Appa.
Show Off battled 2 people in the same day.
That's great. That's great.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to but even if you give him strength of schedule,
and you can argue his battle against Jag was the best battle that RB had last year.
But you're talking about him battling Tony D, and that's the best battle in UK, the whole country.
Yeah.
I know,
so that's a
but
whole different ballgame.
I think the debate is between 19 and 20.
I'm just saying. Like, what we doing?
Shout out to the UK. Shout out to the UK.
What we
doing?
doing?
Y'all know Loose Chat. You know I rock with all y'all. Let's not. I hope we're not. I hope we're not adjusting here. I hope we're using a consistent criteria. I understand the brothers is overseas. I get that, but we not about to act like it's
like when you
that. I don't think
Even if you want to give Show Off
strength
the schedule, there's still other 5 pieces of criteria that you could talk about. I think, like I said, that Bizzo has some of the better material.
He has better material than Show Off. Bizzo Bond has better material than Show Off.
Absolutely.
You see him versus Jag?
Yeah, but I still think that you could take 3 of his rounds against Thesaurus and
They're better. 3 of his 3 rounds against Thesaurus.
I would say his 3 rounds against
Jag.
Thesaurus and his 3 rounds against Tony D as well.
What's Show Off's resume this year?
He had the 2 battles back to back. He had the Zay.
Ishmullah, J Breed, Jag.
Jay Breed.
Ishmullah, J Breed, Jag.
Thesaurus, Real Deal.
Hold
Jay
on.
Breed.
It's true. But I'm saying
we
material.
just spent the whole beginning of this honorable
You can have
mention
strength
talking
schedule.
about Real Deal, right?
You can have
He
strength
beat
schedule.
Real Deal.
You can have
And
strength
also-
schedule.
also
You
acted.
cannot. There's no way.
what
you
are we
get material.
doing?
I don't know if you get material, bro.
Bizzo over Show Off. Shout out to Show Off, though.
Oh.
That's one opinion.
I'm not mad at
One
it.
or
I'm
two
not mad at it.
opinions.
He for sure gets impact too. He for sure gets impact. He for sure gets impact. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna front. I had
low key material too.
No.
Yes. Yes. Listen to Bizzo Bond's pen. I'm telling you.
Listen,
The way he dissects his opponent is impeccable. Like his 3rd round against Thesaurus, amazing. Like his rounds against Tony D, amazing. Like I don't know.
With KD and Biz, I'm gonna concede schedule because he has a lot of prestige names that I respect. But does he have a battle that has more impact than him and Wise?
No, not more impact than that. But he has the battle with Tony D, and then he also has the battle with Real Deal. That means a lot.
Is it more impactful?
No, but I'm saying he isolated it and said doesn't have
Okay,
any
so
battle.
that's
I'm
no
saying
to that
that
question.
Yeah, like his peak impact doesn't surpass KD's peak impact.
Okay, that's one
His
that's
peak
one piece of
impact
category.
don't really surpass, respectfully, a lot of the names we named already.
But okay, that's one piece of category. That's one category.
6 rounds in one day. 6 rounds in one day. 2 against 2 guys.
That can
trying
go
to
for
take
strength
the
of
fucking head
schedule,
off.
but that doesn't mean the quality is all there.
Again, Jag and
I think
Show
there
Off
was only
probably the
one
best
round
battle
out of
RB
those 6
had
that you
last
can
year.
question with Show Off. Just saying.
Yeah.
And the six rounds in one of them, in terms of quality, I think there's only one round you can question. The rest, to me, was solid.
So I know I was just. I mean, like I said, I'm still kind of. I see where everyone is going, so I will concede the Geechee point for now. I will concede that. Just because. No. I will. Only because that just means I'm.
Because Geechee got better than that.
I'm just saying. I'm about to clip y'all later. Is all I'm saying. But
you're not.
but what I will say that if that's not the case, if we're talking.
I'ma bring the real niggas back, hey. I'ma bring the real niggas back, hey. I'ma bring the real niggas back, hey. Point me where the real bitches at, hey. I'ma bring the real niggas back, hey. One stove, that's the real nigga trap, hey. All these mics
Yeah, right.
All right.
That's
So
what
which
is
is
so
why,
fucking hard.
which is why, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so, you know, so to get it moving along, I'll concede the Geechee point for now. But if that's the case, look, bro, I got clean. I got clean at 20. I think clean has a lot of kitchen clean has a lot of. I mean, I know he was mentioned. I think France mentioned him earlier on the honorable mention. I think he has a real case for 20. I think the case actually just as strong as Bizzo. I think a lot
I don't know about the strength of schedule. I'm sorry.
I think the only category that it's like glaring is the strength of schedule. But it's not even like I'm not even really convinced on that. No. I mean like comparatively to like
he has Geechee, but then outside of that, he has stumbles, and then he has like a rookie on the.
He has ease as well.
Ease like
so like his schedule is not the best. However, we look at first of all we look at win-loss record. This is a really good year for clean, especially if you take consideration the last few years. His material for the most part is very good. I thought a lot of his material
is better than who?
No. He's
yes,
year for sure.
Sure. His consistency. We don't even got to talk about. This is one of the more consistent years for clean in his career. Like not even just like in the last few years, in his whole career. And that's not even getting into other things. I understand the impact might not be, a show off or a jag, but I do think clean for the other categories in terms of actually within the battle has a really good case. So I got kitchen clean at 20. So
I don't know, man. I just don't understand like how clean makes this list over show off. Like if you look at what RBE did last year, their whole foundation of 2022 was building around the bricks, and show off came and showed the bricks how it's done.
Every
single time. Every time, like from the beginning of the year to the end of the year.
Come on. Now. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I had clean as my honorable mention. I'm not really mad. I'm not really mad at either clean or show. I'm not really mad at either one.
But I get it though, because it's like you got a guy with a whole country on his back. I get that. I understand it, man. You know what I'm saying? I cannot take that away from him. He came over here, battled real deal, and he beat him. You know what I'm saying? It does matter. It does. Now the source, shout out to the source. I feel like he's legend tier. That's just like notch on your belt.
His schedule widely known to not just core
to people,
just to people.
Yeah, that's our job to know the schedule. That's the thing.
They know that because them was big. Them was big situations and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So impact. So.
I mean, you talk about battle of the year. You was a part of battle of the year for your country.
I'm trying to be nice because I like going.
Yeah, me too. I love him, but I gotta look at it objectively, bro. Listen, I'm just saying, bro. I can't. What Show Off was doing last year, I felt like was totally.
We got to vote then. You got 2 for Bizzo. I haven't heard anybody else for Bizzo yet, but.
Well, another thing is, we have a 3 because it's kind of a 3-way because he mentioned KD.
Salute the Bizzo
too. I mean, Show Off.
I had bad news, but
Show Off is kind of like that general.
Wait. Let's do.
Hold on.
I clean an honorable.
Before we get to this, the people have been waiting about an hour at this point. Let's announce a winner to help the process a little bit. Randomly, Shmo, pick a number. From 1 4. He does not know which one we're picking. Okay. All right, here we go. He picked this randomly. So we got a new award, and it's called the Worldwide Battle of the Year Award, and we have nominees here. Bizzo Bond versus Tony D. This was not planned. Oh, no, it's not the winner. It's nominees.
I know.
Bizzo Bond versus Tony D. New Jersey Twerk versus Snake Eyes. And the winner, this is clear. This is the reason why the poll wasn't really put out for this. Congratulations to Disaster versus Assassino.
Pave the road to paradise with all the lives that we enjoy. One hand on my ratchet if they want static like radio. Seeing through
obviously impact and stuff goes into this, but actual viewership too. You know what I mean? People that was watching, and this did worlds of things to the culture. So, salute to them. We can get back to it though.
Crazy.
The English round is crazy.
The English round is crazy.
Right now,
these foreign language battles, bro. Like what they
I had to do a little research to understand most of it.
Like Oxy went crazy now. Assassino,
yeah, he know what he's doing.
Salute to Diz, man.
We can get back to it
better.
All right, we have 2 for Bizzo, 2 for KD. You said yes.
I'll concede to KD.
You concede?
I got KD.
So then,
KD.
How many people agree with the Show Off pick? Because I guess we need to just break it up. We need to break it up like this.
I got clean. So I think Small got Shake.
I do too. We gotta narrow it down.
We at this point, we don't have to just vote on.
If I have to vote?
Yeah.
I like the show.
Yeah, I like the show too. I ain't mad at
It's
that.
4 for Show
If I had
Off.
to vote between Show Off and Bizzo, I would go with Bizzo Bond.
It's 3 for Bizzo.
What about you?
There are 9.
I got Bizzo.
Oh, that's right.
Who you got, friend?
I got KD.
You got KD.
Oh yeah, KD fan. You got KD. So ooh.
Who would you have
Show
between
Off and
KD?
Bizzo, right?
Yeah, who would you have between the two if it was?
So now we gotta go with
So
Shaw
let's
and
break that. Let's
Bizzo.
put them two.
Now we gotta go Shaw and Bizzo now.
No, but it's 4-3, right? Yeah, all 4 have
Oh
Show
yeah, no,
Off.
4 of us. It's 4-3. Yeah, show. Yeah.
So you got Shaw as well?
Yeah, I got Show Off.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Wait, so you
Unless both of y'all,
Unless France can be
unless
persuaded.
unless you
one
guys,
way or the
Frank,
other.
Fred standing on his.
Yeah, I have a counter. Show Off at 19, KD at 20. That's my counter.
But the problem with that is now.
Yeah.
You want to take Bizzo all the way out.
Somebody, we gonna have to.
I'm not taking.
Yeah, respectfully.
no deal.
I don't know if this KD Bizzo thing.
It's too close.
If we
It's-
break
it's
that
too
down,
close to even do
I
something like
I
that.
low key got Bizzo in that one.
So you would.
That's what I'm saying.
You would do Bizzo 20, Show Off 19 instead.
If we was gonna do anything,
But keep in mind though, this is
it's gonna get nasty. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
It's gonna get very
It's
nasty.
I see where it's going
Yeah, I don't care.
because right now 11 to 20 is blank. I guarantee you, if you start like this, you're gonna run into some problems. But go ahead,
I'm about to say, I know.
Issues.
go ahead. I will say this too: we can always go back
You
and
can always go back
restructure
and
things.
push out, but
Other years we came back like this person didn't make the list. He made the list and he didn't make the list, so we can do that too. So if you want to, as a placeholder, we can start. We can start with these things.
I think Bizzo's the perfect.
I mean, y'all lost.
I mean, we don't have to agree to it. We don't have to agree to it though.
This
Wait, so who voted for Show Off again? Just okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
If I gotta pick between Bizzo and Shaw,
If y'all like to pick between the two,
Wait, but I ain't gonna-
between
I'm
Show
not
Off
gonna front
and
though. The
Bizzo.
fact that he's in the battle of the year, that is kind of.
the worldwide is different.
Okay, Paul.
I ain't gonna front that.
He said he had to sold.
Yeah.
he got a whole country on his back, man. That shit, that's different, bro.
That might not be too bad.
Yeah, that's different,
I don't like
man.
Show Off in
That shit matters,
at
bro.
all.
So we got Show Off
It's-
and 20.
That means y'all don't got somebody that I got on my list. And y'all
That's what it's gonna be a
I
lot.
say,
It's gonna be a lot of
if
that.
you gonna
It's gonna be a lot of that.
If you
It's gonna
do
be a
Show
lot
Off,
of that.
if you do Show Off at 20 and put Bizzo at 19, I'm cool with that. The KD one,
Well,
That's
there
all.
was a person that was mentioned as honorable mention, but I don't know if he was in everyone's list. But someone mentioned DNA as honorable mention, but I have him on my list. Like I'm about to say, I have him on my list, and I that's for sure not a non-negotiable. Like he's on the list.
I got
for
DNA
me,
on my list
so-
as well.
Yeah, I have
So-
DNA on my list, but
I'm about to say, but I'm
high
not
up.
high. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like he's like in there, but
But
he's not
I-
super high. Like
I feel like if we do this is what y'all suggested. We do Show and what's
Bizzo.
We do Show and Bizzo. That's going to leave a whole other problems.
What's the other problem? I'm trying to figure out what's the other
Oh,
problem.
this will do. In this section, to make it a little easier for everybody.
Yeah, I
To make it a little easier for everybody.
I had Show Off at 20 or honorable mention. I ain't having 19.
It's got to be between Bizzo and Show Off for 20.
That's it.
There's no way one of them are 19.
Yeah, because I had either one. I had them honorable mention or 20, so it got to be.
I feel like we're gonna start mentioning names, and we're gonna realize those names actually don't have a better year than Show Off.
Right.
Like there's still a lot of names to mention.
But
Let's talk.
But hold up, let's draw the line in the sand now for who's gonna be the 20. Is it gonna be Bizzo or is it gonna be Show? You said you wouldn't go higher.
Show
than 20
already
for
won the
Show.
vote. Show won the vote. Yeah.
Wait, but didn't
We
we?
said-
Because you didn't vote.
Huh?
We didn't do like because y'all had individual pieces, but like we didn't do like a
Yeah,
full table.
I didn't want that. I wanted KD,
But, like-
so I don't have to vote either your names.
So
but
no
I
one's
voted.
going with KD. I think he's at this point he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah,
With
he's
all
out.
respect.
So now
now
we
it's
left
Show
with
Off and
Show Off
Bizzo.
and Bizzo. So who you got between them?
Those two?
Yes. That's
Wait,
what's
but I'm
left.
confused. Why do I have to pick between
Because-
y'all two? If I
because-
picked one, they got voted out. Like I thought we were all like selecting a name for 20, and the majority of all of us voting for that gets 20.
Well, if you do it that way, then
Put your flag up if you got Bizzo.
I got it.
That's what I thought was
20,
happening.
For 20.
Y'all made a great point though.
Y'all did make it. It's an excellent point.
It's a very good point.
And that was perfect timing for that.
Show Off
And with the
I got Show Off, man.
All right, Show Off.
All Show Off. Right, as for right now, Show Off at 20. For right now,
Okay, all right.
we can always double back.
He deserves it.
Okay.
All right.
20.
I'm ready-
So
I'm ready
for
19.
for 19,
France, 19.
Yeah, go ahead, Frank.
You want to go first?
He went for 20.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Pull up his resume. All right. For 19, I want to suggest None. He has 11 battles this year. Snake Eyes from Nitty, one rounder. Shit Happens twice. Sharon, O-Red, Danny Myers, Mike P, Big T, Jada Nightwing, and Chef Trez. Fairly competitive schedule with respectable names and some elite names here with Rum and Danny, of course. You could argue he has a losing record. He definitely has more judge losses than clear wins.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry.
No, you're good.
I thought the peak of his year was the Sharon battle. I thought he bodied Sharon. And really good performances against Danny, Mike P, Jada Nightwing. Some lows for sure, like the Snake Eyes and Chef Trez battle. But overall, I think None is enough of a workhorse, there's enough consistency, enough of a professional, and a solid enough resume to be between the 19 and 20 range.
Yeah, I had none in my honorable mentions, but for 19, I gotta go. For 19, I probably go Calico Eclipse. For 19, to be honest, I feel None is cool. He had a good year. He got a lot of L's on this year. That's an argument you tried to make for Geechee. None got a whole lot of L's. Like, if we being honest,
No, there's a lot of losses.
An abundance.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's gonna be, but he is a workhorse. That's why I made him my honorable mention. But for me to put him on this list and battle rap being as close as it was in 2022, yeah, I ain't gonna front. It's hard for me to put him.
I have E-Ness over None.
Holy smokes.
But is he 19? Is he 19? Yeah.
I mean, look at everything E-Ness did last year. I mean, he probably only lost like one battle.
But who did he battle outside of Mac? That was like an extremely dangerous. I mean, a lot of his schedule is not the most dangerous opponent.
He battled Gwitman Holla.
Come on, man.
The most dangerous battle rapper on the planet.
No.
We naming albums.
And I mean, I'm trying to keep the same energy throughout. The reason why Polo brought it up, None got a lot of losses, man. If I'm going to dog Geechee for that amount of losses, None's not even on my top 20. Respectfully, like I said, I think the thing about None is there's a lot of really good rounds that he has in a lot of his battles, but they don't string together for actual wins. Yeah. And I think, although I do, like I said, he is a workhorse. I just don't see how None makes the list above Show Off, who Show Off does have wins. And Show Off does have better material. And Show Off, even though you could argue the strength of schedule between None and Show Off, I'm not mad at that. But just if you look at the consistency as well, like Show Off has more consistency than None because Show Off is winning more. So I mean, I'd have to be sold on None, but I just don't think None. If Show Off is the bar or the floor,
I don't necessarily agree 100% that winning more is more consistent because it's still material and performance have to be evaluated. Like I feel like None is consistently at the level that he's always at, and that either renders some wins and some losses depending on the person in front of him. Because it's like between She twice, Red, Mike P, and Danny, like. I think Jada Nightwing, which is I think his second best performance. Yeah, I think he legitimately has a case. Yeah. You can argue him winning any of those battles, not all of them, but those battles I feel like you can argue for them.
Yeah, and I definitely agree that consistency doesn't equate to winning. However, there is when we talk about consistency, we're also talking about the consistency of high quality material. And if he had more, there are certain rounds in None raps that are clearly just kind of like rounds to get through the round, and he does that a lot, and that's why he equates to a lot of these losses. You look, for example, you take the battle like we were talking about earlier off camera. You take the battle with Mike P. Right, that first round he's wigging, like he's actually going crazy, and then second and third, he's like Mike is.
Chef Trez rebuttal be better than the round.
Like and so it's just one of those things where consistency. Yes, he comes at he arrives at a certain level.
For None and Show Off, would you say Show Off's best performance is his Jag battle? Would I say that's
probably?
Yeah, probably. Would I say that performance against Jag is better than his performance against Sharon? Because I don't know if I could say that. Like he bodied Sharon, and Sharon, like I revere Sharon higher than Jag. On a stage, it was in a small room too.
I mean, the reason I say Ness is because I mean Ness encompasses like pretty much like the things that we look for, you know, consistency, impact, you know what I mean, material. Like, Ness was one of the most fun people. Yeah.
Where's his impact?
I mean, he did. He battled on RBE. He beat Mac, right? He beat Remedy Loco, who kind of was getting.
He has a judge win on RBE. Do y'all know which battle that was?
Big Cannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he won.
You doing checks?
Oh, is that what you're doing? Okay.
Come on, this me, bro. This me, bro.
The
6 years. That's off the top. I didn't
the strictest schedule is not
No,
crazy.
I just wanted. I think Ness is consistent for sure. I agree with performance and material. I don't think it has impact.
Inside and outside of the culture,
I don't think it has impact,
man. Ness's impact was felt last year, bro. Like, he probably didn't get a lot of big names. He probably didn't get a lot of big names and stuff like that. But Ness, man, he was one of the most exciting people to watch last year.
Can I say something really quick? I actually have someone else at 19 that I think kind of trumps the other people that we've been talking about. I have DNA at 19. DNA was mentioned as an honorable mention not too long ago, but I think I had DNA 18, 19 range, but I ended up having DNA at 19. And we mentioned Geechee at one point in time. I have like those two kind of like in that close range of 18 and 19. So, just for a reference point. Just for a reference point.
Wait, so
the reason being because for DNA, I'm sorry. The reason being is because DNA full length 3-round battles is official and Hollow. Beat Hollow, huge thing. And I had him beating official. You know, a lot of people don't feel like that's the most entertaining battle, but I still had him winning. But then he has a barrage of light work battles where we just said that like on the scale, it's like it has weight, but it's not as weighted as like the other three. He has 3 of them. He has Cortez, he has Arsenal, which he lost, and then he has the Calico one, which, you know, depending on how you divvy that up. So for me, that's why I can have them like in that 19-18 range, because those light works, 3 of those that are like right underneath the actual like full like length battles, kind of, I don't know, but
I don't know. I have him higher because out of those 3 light works, he won 2 of them.
Yeah.
So 1 rounder and his BET, but that's still impact. You're on BET. He had a graduation Holler done that was a main event that I have him winning. He has a battle with official that was a solid battle, and official is one of the greatest.
I had him winning that one too.
You have to
I have him way higher.
High.
No, I'm not mad at him, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that, like, 17 to 19 range, I feel like, because he was just mentioned as an honorable mention. I didn't hear a lot of people say
he's higher than both.
Okay,
those.
all right.
Yeah, I got him in the 17, 19 range. I got a question, right? So wait, so y'all all have clips high up, like higher?
I don't have clips on my list.
Oh, okay, that's why when I say clips.
I don't have clips on my list.
I saw I was trying to get clips in. I got clips at like 18.
Yeah,
and I'm 18.
I mean, Clips got 3 battles: Calico, Yoshi,
and the only one you can question is Calico.
Yeah, and Lou.
I got Clips up there, but I could see him being anywhere between 15 and 18.
So
I'm not
Clips,
gonna die on
Clips
this clip
had
still, but
Lou Castro. He was mentioned as like one of the performers of the night at that point. Shut down the stage. Yoshi G was the moment. If we had moment of the year, he probably would have won that. He would have won moment of the year.
But at the same time, it's like when you have like that small of a sample size, you have to be perfect. I didn't feel like that Calico performance was all that great.
That's the only one you can question.
Yeah, but you say if you have 3, but like I thought there was dips in like.
No, you're right. I know
you're
going with this because Susurf had 3 basically perfect.
No. But I'm saying no. Well, sample size, but also I think I found inconsistencies in some of the high quality aspect of the consistency part. Like I feel like he won those battles, but we just talked about like winning doesn't always equate to consistency in terms of high quality. I feel like he did okay against Yoshi. I didn't think he was all that great. In the Calico battle, he won, but I'm saying like I didn't think he was all that great.
The man bought out Jesus, bro.
But there's
the man did more than win, though. Yeah, he did more than win.
Bought Jesus.
He still bought it.
I think I feel like Clips was good enough to be what we at 19 right now.
Yeah.
I think is good enough to be at 19. I feel like with the Lou Castro, come on, he went 6-0. Lou Castro, Yoshi back to back. And then the
Calico's debatable.
So
debatable, but he still had a good 3 rounds.
Yeah, he had a great.
I think what's happening here is remember when we did the same thing with Nitty. We're prone to him giving us 3 quality rounds every time. And I think we're just overlooking like the quality of his work just because we expect such a high level of it at all times. But I think even in the Calico battle, if you look at what he was freestyling, even with the pen, that whole 40 cal thing in the third round, it was fire to me. I'm just saying.
What round was bad against Yoshi? Let me dissect the
Yeah, please tell me.
I didn't like his third round against Yoshi. His first two was okay.
So it's just the third, right?
Well, I'm
That's what I
saying
was
it's still
thinking.
like, and then a half of a second, you bring out Jesus, but the material wasn't that great. You had Jesus rap for that was the biggest part of his round was having Jesus rap.
That's the biggest part. That's
fine.
That's the biggest part.
That was the biggest part of his round. And then the calculate, like I said, like so. And my thing is sample size, right? 3 battles, they all have to be good.
Yeah.
If one of them, like, I don't think his performance against Calico was that good. I'm sorry.
I'll give you that.
That one, and then like I said,
I'll give you that.
His third round against Yoshi was not good. I'm sorry.
I hate to even backtrack to other years. So we had Sue Surfer number 3.
Yes,
I think
we did.
you had him at like at least 5 or 6, right?
Yep.
So his perfection in what Sue Surf did in that year, 2021, made him 3 to 5. So with Clips having a drop off and also having 3 battles, and I guess the third round versus Yoshi and the Calico battle, but arguably still winning all these. I had Calico, respectfully. I had Calico. I think that can put him at least 19, 18.
Yeah.
But I think
I get the wins. I get the wins aspect, so I'll concede in that. But I just think there's like I don't know.
Confirmed wins and one debate.
I think M. Lang is probably looking at level of competition between Lou Castro and Yoshi G. You know what I'm saying? We're formulating this opinion. I don't know about ridiculous. That's the best. You know what I'm saying?
And Calico.
It was good. Yeah, Lou had just come off that. Yep.
Yeah, and Luke Castro just came off the Big T win at Midnight Madness, if I'm not mistaken, where he won the belt.
He wanted the belt on the line.
And after Lou Castro stood in
Big T
front of
win.
Charlie Clips, what did the rest of his year look like after Charlie Clips?
Exactly.
So the Yoshi battle and the Castro battle, did he get magazine covers for both of those battles?
I hate to use that as a metric because the champion comes.
We did last year.
But no, he did last year. He did last year.
He only got one.
Inconsistent. I want to use it.
We should establish that.
I didn't know. That's why I asked. I didn't know. That's why I asked.
Should have kept printing the magazine.
The champion covers are inconsistent. Sometimes we have, you gotta think for SM12 there's no cover.
All right, but
I'm just happy to
at
know
the
that
time of
Calico's
those
gonna be
battles,
higher
there
on
were
this
covers,
list. I just
and
want to say
he
that.
deserved
That's
the
cool.
cover at least one time.
I think
out of
he was
those
on the
two.
cover. Yeah, I think he was on the cover.
I will say though as well, you know, we're talking about Clips here. I'm not mad at Clips. Like I said, I think for me in terms of lists, I mean, I make my own list every year, you know, and I'm just happy to be here. But like that Clips was like real in anywhere between the 19, 18, like 24 slot for me. So because I think that grouping is very, very tight of individuals. So I'm not mad at that, but I still respectfully, man, I think Clean needs to be on this list. I think Kitchen Clean, given not only the fact that he has shown consistency, his material for the most part, I get it, he has some glaring things, but his material for the most part is good. He has a high variety of different levels of competition between A-Ward, Geechee. He has stumbles and E, so he's giving people of all.
Do you have clips on your list at all? Do you have clips on your list at all?
I didn't have clips on my list initially.
I don't think the Geechee battle was clear.
I don't either.
No. No, I didn't say it was.
Whoa. Against Clean?
Against Clean? Oh, no. That was clear. Oh.
You think that was clear?
Oh, yeah. I do.
That was not clear, bro.
I don't think that was clear.
Was it clear because we got a better version of Clean? We got the version of Clean we've been wanting to see for like 10 years? Or was it clear because like he really like walked Geechee down?
Does anyone have Geechee winning that battle? We're gonna talk about clear and debate. I'm just saying.
I think it's debatable.
Like we can debate's debatable,
Right,
but if all of us got Clean, is it really that
but then he
debatable?
beat. But then Clean.
So for Geechee, so let's do this real quick then, because I'm gonna be doing this all night. Geechee and Clean, who you got?
I had Clean.
I had Clean.
Clean.
Actually, I get you in that battle.
Okay.
Geechee, Edge, debatable.
I also had Geechee Gotti winning that battle.
I have Clean.
Clean paper, man.
Yeah, I got Geechee. Wait, so let's do this.
So that's more for Clean then, but go ahead.
Yeah.
So let's do clean Eclipse. Let's put their resumes together.
Clean versus Clips?
Sorry, y'all are killing me.
Well, what happened?
He ran off his hand in a battle. I'm not putting him above Clips. No, not happening,
There
sir.
it is, ladies and gentlemen. The
Not
real
happening.
feelings.
Hey, he tried,
And he
man.
stumbled against
He won
stumbles.
He tried.
arenas rounds on his head. That's
And he stumbled against stumbles.
To me, that's dedication.
I thought he was good versus Stumbles. I'm gonna say.
I
thought he was
appreciate
good
that
versus
he's been
Stumbles.
better and
A
he
man
has
willing to
improved.
get ink poisoning for this work.
He would have got away with it if it wasn't for Danny Myers too.
That too, Danny. Like Danny, why you do that?
I salute him for improvement, but not over Clips in 2022.
I got Clips in 19.
But the fact that Clean
Moments, wins,
the fact
material.
that Clean got back to URL and immediately beat the first two guys in front of him.
It's commendable, yeah, for
Being,
sure.
no, hold on. Being guys that is commendable. We know about Court Russ when people come back to URL. There's two guys who are in rotation. Ease is being looked at as a prospect. He's being pushed. He's likely in that scenario because they think he's probably going to get over in that battle. Doesn't happen. Same thing with Stumbles, who has good matchups with everybody, but we was looking for a win with this one. Didn't happen.
So because he exceeded our expectations.
Oh, well,
he had,
twice. I mean, shit, his own pattern of work. That goes against what Clean usually does. But especially with these new guys, these up-and-coming guys, and there's two types of battles.
Criteria. This is the perfect time to do it.
Let's do it.
I think criteria.
He raised
This is the perfect time to do it. This is the perfect time to do it. Criteria.
Clean versus Charlie Clips.
You better read out the
I'm about to say, it's crazy.
Let's just do it.
Let's do it.
All right, so strength of schedule. Who y'all have? Clips or Clean?
Clean.
Okay,
has two to the top 20
Let's do
contenders.
Clean.
I
Let's
got
do
Clean. I got
Clean first. If you vote Clean, let's do Clean.
Strength, okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Clean.
I got Clean. He has two top 20
I got Clean.
Impact. Clean or Charlie Clips?
Charlie Clips.
Charlie Clips.
Are you writing it down since you hadn't it?
Part of
Just to make sure we got it, so we're not double
It's
back.
1-1 so far.
Okay.
Typical battle rap.
Right.
1-1 going into the third.
Stop me if you heard that before.
You said Impact is Clips?
Yes, clearly,
All right, so it's
respectfully.
1-1. Consistency.
Clips.
Clips.
Yeah, gotta go Clips.
Clips. You got a problem with consistency,
Moments.
French? You
Moments.
understand what that means?
Clips.
Clips again.
Yep.
Material.
Clean.
Nah, it gotta be Clips. Clips got 230s.
That'll be
But that's not the
material. I'm about to
material.
say,
That's the
I was trying to talk about.
I'm gonna say clips. I'm gonna say clips.
It gotta be Clips.
I think it's close.
I think it's close, but I'm gonna go clips.
I agree with Tone. I have Clean for material.
Wait.
Right, Clips.
Wait, Material, a battle rapper that displays great penmanship through punchline schemes, angles. Battle rapper displays substance, creativity, and high lyrical ability. A battle rapper that displays what?
Clean against Clean against.
Tone, you're bugging.
Especially Clean against Gotti. You were crazy.
No, he did go crazy in that battle. But I mean, what about Clips? Clips versus Lou. He went crazy on Lou.
He did. But
He had a
I'm
dog
going
scheme.
clips.
Clean, what Clean was doing against
Even the
Eagles.
Calico battle.
A lot of OBC, man.
His first round, but outside of that first round.
What?
Clips has a
Clips?
lot of, like his Luke Castro performance is great. You know what I'm saying? It's powerful. But as that's age, man, dog schemes, jazz with the skirt off. We really get in the material. There's a lot of shit there that ages like milk a month later.
Not happening with Clean. And he took two different approaches with Ease and Stumbles. Back to back.
Well, then let's vote. Material. If you got Clean, I got Clean.
Hold on, how you just take over my and then performance, what we got for the last one?
I'll give that to Clips.
It's got to
Clips.
I get Clips performance.
That's 42 then.
Clips 1 for the 2.
Problem solved.
Shout out to the 313.
Yo, I hate Bud.
Try, bro.
Shout out to the Cowboys.
Shout out to Detroit, man. I love y'all, man.
I think the only knock
Damn.
off
Yes,
really
Yeah.
So we have
Only
show
knock
off
on
at
Clips
20
is that
and
Calico.
Clips
It
at
still don't
19
take
right now.
away nothing from Clean. I thought Clean had a great year. I don't take nothing away.
I do think that somebody's going to get kicked out of this.
Oh, they
I'm
will.
about to say somebody's going to get kicked out.
For the sake of pacing, I'm letting everything go. But
Yeah,
we'll
same.
be back. We'll be back.
All right, so before we move on, we agree the Clips should be ahead of Show Off.
Yeah, you got Clips at 19.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even think of show off's name like
Y'all
that.
wanna do the list for?
Nah. I think we should move and come back.
We go. I'm fucking around.
Number 18. Tone start.
Okay. Number 18. This is where I probably would go with somebody like Calico.
I have Calico higher.
I think I get the
about
case
to
for
do
him
it.
being higher. I wouldn't even be mad at that. But I'm saying Cal, and then the other name would probably be Rosenberg. Like I want to get a little bit of push with that too, because he battled a lot of Philly last year. Like the guy, yeah, don't make that face. He battled the guys last year. He was on this shit, and he still hasn't really faced too many defeats, in my opinion.
The one top 20 contender he had, he lost. Bill Bill. He lost to Bill, and that's his only top 20 contender. Rosenberg did.
And that was a bad loss.
Paved the road to paradise with all the lies that Reagan told. One hand on my ratchet if they want static like radio. Seeing through fugazis faker than a chain that's plated gold. I can't even take no more. Pray the Lord gon' save my soul. Word to Horatio, come purchase a season pass. Flying, rocking black diamonds down the mountain, skiing fast. Slave to my addiction. The demon got
Wait, you got Bill Collector beating Rosenberg?
Yes, I had Bill Collector beating Rosenberg. See, what you didn't see because you weren't there for one time. You usually outside, bro. I give you that. You outside a lot. But I was there. I was at the front, at the barricade. I seen with my own eyes. There was a choke edited out the footage. I give it to the mic issues. But Bill Collector handled his mic issues way better than Rosenberg did.
And what I will say is, like, shout out to Rosenberg. Rosenberg had a really, really good year. His win against Ill Will is extremely impactful, but Ill Will's not a part of the top 20. Cicero's not part of the top 20. You look at all the people he's faced. The only one person that was part of the top 20, his biggest matchup, he lost. And I feel like when you get those small plates and you do what you're supposed to do with that, you also have to show and prove on those big plates as well. I think.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
That was the biggest battle of Rosenberg's career, I'm talking about the Bill Collector
the strength
battle.
of schedule is not only the stature, but what they bring to the battle. Ill Will wasn't like, come on, we know what Ill Will what? Ill Will wasn't the best version of himself.
That's not Rosenberg's fault. That is not Rosenberg's fault.
I'm sorry. I'm not giving credit for that. His material was
Maybe he wasn't the best version of himself because Rosenberg was a better version of himself.
All I'm saying is the only top 20 contender, the only top 20 contender he faced, he lost to.
You gotta hold high stock in a grudge match, bro. And that's gonna come around, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about people placement on this list. You know what I'm saying? You have to hold high stock.
But let's be honest, that battle wasn't good though on camera. It was the bad quality sound quality.
It wasn't, and he lost. That's not a positive for him.
It was good for Bill.
It wasn't there. I know what I saw, Jay Black. I've known these eyes for a couple of decades. You know what I'm saying?
So you got Bill Collector clearly beating Rosenberg.
Yes. I have him clearly beating Rosenberg.
This is new to me. This is new to me.
Man, go back and watch that battle, bro. Like, I was right there in front.
Hard to watch. I gotta have subtitles on that shit.
Listen, Bill Collector didn't have. When Bill Collector had mic issues, he adjusted. You know what I'm saying? The professional battle rapper, you have to learn how to adjust on the fly. As soon as Bill started having issues, what'd he do? He took the microphone from Stiz. And then the rest of the battle, he just adjusted to how his mic was on stage.
One thing I wanted to say about the Ill Will point is just like, yes, I understand Ill Will's stature, right? We understand the stature of the person, and no, I'm not condemning Rosenberg for battling an Ill Will that was choking and not getting his material through. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is strength of schedule is also what the person brings to the battle. So stature, Ill Will may be an 8 or a 9 in terms of stature, but what he brought to the battle was like a 4 or 5. No one put pressure under him. The only time he got pressure was Bill, and he lost.
Why? Why would Rosenberg be penalized for what?
I just said he wasn't penalized, but I'm saying that strength of schedule is a part of what you face in the battle.
It's Ill Will.
No, but we can't.
When Ill Will's name is on the flyer,
Ill Will.
He's come prepared to battle Ill Will.
His 30 against Will is like the same.
I just gave him credit for it, but I'm talking about strength of schedule as a whole.
30 versus Ill Will saved. Oh, my fault. You said the 30 versus Ill Will saved his year.
That's the peak of his year. Does he have anything?
But it's still Ill Will though. Did we not?
I'm saying
his year.
I'm saying yes. I'm giving it all his props. I'm saying what else other than that is like really stands out.
He ran through Philly, Cicero.
Whoa, watch it.
Yeah, he did that.
He ran.
It's Cicero,
bro.
It's Cicero.
It's Cicero, bro.
Guys, let's be honest. Cicero's not a high level battler.
All right, that's fine, but we.
Black,
So
you can't let
what
him
about Kaboom?
Black, you can't let him do that.
You can't say
What about these other
like he
people?
stood in front of Easy to block him.
Shout out to
That's a fact.
Cicero.
Respect to Cicero.
That's a fact. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Right now,
But isn't okay? So Rosenberg's not he's not the face of RBE. You don't think he's the face of RBE?
The face?
Cassidy is the face of RBE.
Hey, if you're gonna use that point, that's impact, right? We just have to do material, moments, consistency.
Who we comparing Rosenberg to?
Well, none of us have. None of us had Rosenberg on the list.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't have.
No, you good, bro. I think we're at 18, right?
I have
I think-
Rosenberg at like the 20 mark.
Okay, if we're at 18, I think this is where we
Somebody
get money and
debating
drink water. I got DNA at 18.
I still have DNA higher.
I think this is where I think DNA fits here. That's what I'm saying.
I ain't DNA honorable, but
that's why I'm not mad at what you said.
I like Rosenberg.
No, I think it's so. If y'all want to, but
I got DNA
with
higher.
respectfully to
I have DNA
Rosenberg,
higher.
if we're already here, I don't think Rosenberg has a better year than Clips, and I don't think he has a better year than Show Off. So that
Bro,
means
Rosenberg didn't even battle on RBE after April.
So
I mean,
I think
so what I'm
that
saying.
was
So I
the-
think here actually is a perfect
No, I'm
place.
saying, yeah, I was making the same point.
For DNA.
Wait, so y'all saying that Clips?
Mike.
Oh, I'm for it.
After Ill Will, he had 3 one-rounders and then Bill Collector.
Y'all saying that Clips and so is Show Off and Clips? He had a better year than both of those two.
Rosenberg?
Yeah.
No, I'm not advocating for Rosenberg. I'm telling you, the last time he battled on RB in 2022 was April, and then he had 3 one-rounders.
But that was
after
Ill Will though.
It was Ill Will, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying is he the face of RB? He only had 2 straight too. It's on
I mean,
2022.
correction. I want to make a correction. The choke could have came in the second or the third. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there definitely was. There definitely was a choke
they
in
going
that
crazy
battle
in the
due to
comments
my
right
name.
now.
I don't care. I don't care.
It's a lot of Eagles
fans.
fans.
Choke in the battle that y'all didn't see because I was there.
The
I
truth
know
of
I
the
saw
matter
it.
is that like, if I'm not mistaken, most of us don't even have Rosenberg on the list, right?
That's
Nah, Rosenberg actually made my list.
He was on
What
my
number?
list too.
He made my
He was
list.
on my
You know
list.
What
too,
number?
bro.
What number? What number?
14.
Wow, that's high.
Off the Ill Will win alone?
A little high.
I mean, I'm not somebody that's
even
like.
still, it's like Tito. Is
I'm
he on
not
your
setting
list?
my opinion though. My opinion
Yeah,
can change.
is he on your list?
20, but we already gone past that, so.
So most
That
of us
brother
don't
is
even
not
have
on my
him on the
list.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I had him on my list.
He's an honorable mention for me.
He was definitely on my list, but I ain't mad at him being 18. But y'all saying he shouldn't even be on the list.
No, I think.
If it's a choice.
I think we're given the way this list is shaping out. Like I said, I think DNA is 18.
I ain't mad at
Like
him.
I think
I
DNA.
think
You think Rosenberg had a better year than DNA?
No, I think
honorable,
DNA
but-
had a better year than Rosenberg Raw.
But he's trying to say Rosenberg's not going to
No, Rosenberg to me is not on the list.
Rosenberg's
Oh,
off the
okay,
list.
okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
All right, just make sure.
Go with if it's DNA, like, if we going with DNA, yeah, like Raw's not got because the other two people,
That's what I'm saying.
he's not. Yeah.
Clips and Show Off.
Yep.
And then you put DNA.
If that's DNA.
I think DNA.
Although I feel like we're gonna start with DNA there and move him up, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
we
just
may-
feel
we
like
may
when you
move
talk
him up.
about 2022 battle rap, you gotta put Rosenberg on the list somewhere.
Yeah, you can't just the face arguably of a league that's been putting on for a league, and he hit one of his premier battles with Ill Will, which everybody was just championing last week when Ill Will just battled Hollow. He bodied Raw kind of bodied Ill Will, so that bodying Ill Will's worth to me like 6 battles.
The only other
like
person-
that Ill Will's high up there for me.
It's worth a few, but
the
6 is a
only other
crazy number.
person to do Will like that was Calico. That's the only other person to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely. I'm
And
saying,
that
I
was
trolling
and that
with the
might
whole
have been
Cassidy
that was
comment, like,
closer than that one was.
I was trolling with the whole
But
Cassidy
Calico
comment.
got all
You know what I
3
mean?
rounds.
Like,
Don't do that. Do not do that.
the
Yeah,
faces
you.
of RBE
You.
are Show
He
Off
did-
and
he did not.
Rosenberg.
He had
Like,
Doc said it's 3rd and 20. You know he passing. Calico ain't saying no better than that. Come on now. But to get back to this. But to get back to this,
and then
most of us don't have Rosenberg on the list to begin with. So it's kind of like counterintuitive to even mention like.
Hold on.
18 and like,
Since we talk about RBE, who had a better year between Rosenberg, Raw, and Show Off?
Rosenberg had a higher peak, right, with the Will win, but as a whole, like Show Off had a
Show
better
Off wasn't
year.
even on my list.
How
So I
we-
would most
how we
definitely
debating
like
this now?
Rosenberg over
I don't
Show
think he had a
Off.
better year than Show. I don't think Show Off had a better year than Rosenberg. I think Rosenberg is somebody that's been consistent and stayed consistent last year.
Does he have a better year than Clips? That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's like 1A, 1B to me. Like,
does he got a better year than Clips?
Who? Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at, but here's the thing. So I just named 20. I just named 20 and 19. We're 18. Then what are we doing here?
Exactly. If y'all don't feel he have a better year than 1920, why is he on the list?
That's a fact.
It's not on my list.
There you go.
So Rosenberg was not better than Show Off this year.
I did.
I would say Show Off is close though.
I'm asking, was Rosenberg's year better than Show Off's?
I think it's close.
Yeah.
I think it's close.
Yeah, it's definitely
Close
close.
enough to take him off at 20?
No.
Here, well, hold on. Let's go through it. Let's go through it then with Rosenberg and Show Off, right? Because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So
Correct.
strength of schedule.
Rose.
Rosenberg, Raw.
He got Bill and Will.
Material. So we say so Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Material.
That goes to Show Off.
Show Off.
That's debatable.
This is like,
That's debatable.
It was.
Y'all still think about pulverize.
Okay.
That's the problem.
All right,
No. It's the band. No, we said show off. We said show
Y'all
off.
think about pulverize.
I'm about to say we said show off, but
Yes,
it's close though. I'm about to say he has a lot of stuff.
All right, well then,
I go
so
show
if you vote, so if you got show off for material, you can vote now.
Got show off.
By edge.
It's close, but all right, that's most.
Sure.
That's most of us. All right, performance.
I got Rose. But it's projections. I got show off. His
All right,
delivery
performance
is
for
crazy.
show off.
You
Raise
got
your-
show off.
Show off. Vote.
Show off.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Rosenberg for performance. Nope. All right.
I got show.
All right. Moments.
Can you count beating Ill Will as a moment?
Kinda.
It's definitely
That's
impact.
a moment. That's
The
a
Jack
moment.
Boy call out in that battle was
Definitely
crazy.
a moment.
I think the
Now,
battle
back
can
to
be
you, no,
labeled as a
back to
moment.
him. I mean, back to.
I might get that to Rosenberg.
Yeah,
I give him moments to
might get that to
Rosenberg.
Rose.
I'll give him impact too. Like the Will battle.
And I think he wins. I think he wins impact. So if that's the case, then Rosenberg is 20.
And kick show off.
That's
out.
4-2.
Show off. I would like Bizzo. I would like Bizzo.
Because we all agree, right?
Unless how's it 4-2 if we just gave Rosenberg moments in impact and schedule? So it's 3-3.
So it's 3-3.
Yeah, so I'm mad at Rosenberg being 18, to be honest,
but
How do you get back to 18?
We voted for 20.
No,
That's why we did show off.
all right. So the question.
I think show off should make the list.
No, but so the question is, did Show Off or Rosenberg Raw have a better year than Charlie Clips?
No.
No.
So if neither of them had a better year than Charlie Clips, and Clips is 19, one of them's not on the list. We gotta pick.
Or it's Clips 18.
Or it's Clips 18.
Show
I mean, if you
19,
want to do
Raw
that,
20.
like,
Nah, no.
I don't think I can.
I'm telling you, making it.
We ain't doing that right now.
I can't do that.
It's gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
You do that.
So at that point we just vote, right? We just vote.
Wait,
Show Off or
DNA Rosenberg. Let's compare their years.
DNA's no.
DNA. It's not close.
DNA should not
Respectfully.
even be questioned right now, bro. Sorry.
That's why I brought DNA up at 18,
DNA,
'cause that's what he
hold
would
it done, official. Those two battle alone, and then his reign on light work, getting all this
Right, his
5,000
judge
here and there.
wins over like.
He shouldn't be
Calico,
questioned
like,
right now at this point in time, in my personal opinion.
So if that's the case, then we just vote.
I say a vote
Yeah,
for
so-
show off or
so-
Rose at 20.
So go ahead, Show Off. Show.
DNA for 18.
We're on 20 right now, and then we'll go back to 18.
Okay.
So for 20, Show Off or Rosenberg?
Yeah,
Raw?
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
I would have Rosenberg.
Right.
So we're taking show off.
No, we're 20. Show Off or Rosenberg?
You're about
We're
to,
20.
if you say something,
And
you're
then
about to
who's
be on.
19?
Clips.
Clips stay 19.
Currently Clips.
Why are we not having Clips at 18 and then show off 19, Rosenberg 20? Why is that not happening?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Because
Like,
Because I don't know if people have. I don't know if the majority of people have
we were
Clips
about to
that
have a third name on the list.
I'm saying, watch.
Yeah, I'm like we're about to have a third name, and if we do that, we're gonna still have to
because
come back
that
to
would well, at least for me, I can only speak for
Let's
myself.
make it more difficult.
That would put DNA for me at 17. DNA is not that high for me. So that's
Okay, you're not the only one.
That's what I'm saying.
Bugging.
No, but I'm saying, but what I'm saying is the reason why I bring up
Bugging.
DNA is because DNA is I have DNA above Clips.
Bro,
on the
do
next
you
level.
realize all the names we haven't touched on yet? We haven't talked about
That's what I'm
Snake
saying.
Eyes, Pass, Sheet Happens, Kid Chaos, DNA. There's a lot of names we ain't talked about yet.
People we haven't
Like, start.
That's what I'm
It's up to
saying.
y'all. Up to y'all.
At 18, so now we putting Rosenberg on the list?
I think we were voting to put him on the list.
I think we're saying 18. Well, you saying 18, 19, 20. Just put those three.
Yeah, Clips at 18, show off at 19, Rosenberg at 20.
Just start there. Yeah, everything's a placeholder.
I don't like how this feels.
I also don't like this.
Oh no! Listen, we're gonna.
It's gonna change.
It's gonna change, bro. It's gonna change. It's a few months.
Hold up, so
Well, we're not. But
Rosenberg at 18, Clips at 19? Is that what you said?
Clips at 18.
Clips at 18.
And then Rosenberg and Show Off?
No.
Show off and
18,
Rosenberg.
Show Off at 19, Frozen.
Keep pushing Clips up.
Frozen 20.
Next, what's the next name y'all trying to mention here?
I would like to go ahead real quick on this one specifically because this is the name that, because I had just mentioned it Like, I got DNA in this
I
block.
don't have DNA nowhere near here. Sorry.
I got DNA in this block between 15 and 20.
Yeah,
Like,
I will say a Howard down win at not resolution. A Howard down win to cap the year off, to start the year. The official win. The light works to 5,000 against Arsenal.
He won 2 against Cortez.
He lost versus Arsenal.
Cortez
and Calico to cap. Like, what we doing?
I will say 2 people, because I think 2 people that we can start talking about is Geechee Gotti and Sheed.
I was going to say Sheed. I was literally about to say Sheed.
I'm about to say those 2 are around that range.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I was gonna say Sheed. I
we can talk. We can start talking about Sheed. I don't have a problem putting him here. I think Sheed has had, you know what I'm saying, a tremendous year in terms of improvement. You know what I'm saying, his run in the tournament, you know what I'm saying, against Truffaut, upsetting None, and then outside the tournament, him versus Kid Chaos, really great battle, great performance, great material, showing a better level of consistency in comparison to 2021. Not mad at having Sheed at 17. So
yeah. I was going to say real quick, because I did originally have DNA at 18, but with the names because I'm going to be real, the 3 people that made 18 to 20 weren't originally on my list, so I do see DNA going up, and I would have to agree. I like Geechee and Sheed, and I do agree while Sheed has improved a lot, he's done good, but there is enough chunks of losses at there where I think this would be a honorable spot to put him.
What do you have as losses, sir?
He has, let me go right to the resume right here.
JC was judged.
Miss Hustle is judged. JC is judged, and I had him losing the first time around in None.
For sure.
And Kid Chaos, although that is a great battle, it's a debatable battle. There's more to meets the eye there, but I personally have him for 4 L's.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. I ain't mad at Sheed 17. Trophies.
Trophies. I'll accept that for now. We're gonna move faster.
So then is here where we put, because we were talking about Sheed and Geechee. Oh, so then to go back what Lang was saying, like we're hitting towards 16, 15. Is this where we talk about Geechee?
Nah, I got a name.
Yeah, go ahead.
We at 16 for 16. I got Snake Eyes. I feel like Snake Eyes had one of the battles of the year with Twerk.
And News.
And News. The Twerk battle is probably one of the highest viewed battle YouTube drops from last year. If I'm not mistaken, that's not that high.
I think that's why I put it a part of the worldwide. But I think it's the most viewed English battle of YouTube for 2022.
Wow,
with 700,000 views.
Yeah,
or close to it. Yeah.
And also, I just feel like 2022, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing Snake Eyes' name. I feel like for Impact, even some of his moment off the wall, like a shadow pup, like I got Snake Eyes at 16 for sure.
Okay.
My question is, do you guys think that Snake Eyes had a better year than Clips and Sheet Happens?
Yes. 100%.
I disagree. For the simple fact of this, we all just sat here and agreed we put high stake in grudge matches, right?
Oh yeah.
Which grudge match did Snake Eyes have that he won last year?
Stumbles. Yep.
He not.
The judge lost.
I'm saying he lost to Stumbles. He lost to Tay-Rock. Twerk wound up being.
Wait. He has judge losses. So before we get to the debatable loss, read the judge losses first.
The judge losses are against
Stumbles,
Twerk,
and
Stumbles.
Isn't the News battle? Didn't we give it to News?
The News battle.
That's straight. And you got Tay-Rock.
He's competitive.
It wasn't judged. It wasn't judged. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he won none of his grudge matches last year. That's 4 grudge matches. I don't think he won.
I also had him
beat
losing
Cortez.
That was a grudge match.
losing to Holmesy too.
Yeah, and
I had him losing to Holmesy too.
That's debatable.
I had him losing to Holmesy.
The twerk battle, even though it was judged, one of the judges said they had they had Snake Eyes up until the 3rd round. Like, come on, man, them judges is cold as hell out there. Let's stop it.
The only thing with Sheed and
4:30 in the morning.
So here's the thing with Sheed and Snake. Snake has more judge losses than Sheed, and Sheed has more judge wins than Snake.
Impact. Who had more impact?
They both got a lot of impact though.
Hella
because one has the Midnight Madness impact, of course.
We're talking about 4 headliners for Snake.
Right.
4 headliners.
She made it to the semifinals of UM5 though. Like
that's
I'm not saying
I think she had the best battle in that entire tournament. Him and JC.
Yeah, I think JC. You know what I'm saying? Lost to Sheed.
We talk about,
but it was judged.
We talk about 4 headliners. You know what I mean? At Midnight Mat, like we're talking about headliners at different
strength of schedule though. She was put under more fire. Like battling the Kid Chaos like that, battling JC.
What? Whoa. Battling JC. Stop.
He battled tournament setting too.
But the thing is though, Sheed's schedule, like I'm edging Snake on schedule, but like Sheed has None Twice, JC, Miss Hustle, like he has
20 contenders. But this is what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm not mad at Snake being 60, because I think Sheed and Snake is like they very close. So I'm not really mad at.
Can I introduce one point too with Snake? We gonna talk about the recycling?
Yeah, well, if you're going to do that for the rest of this list,
here we go.
We can go for it.
Here we go.
It is an extremely impactful situation.
Hold on, I got him.
Recycling versus
I got Harry Potter. Let me get him real quick.
Recycling versus rehearsal.
I got Harry Potter.
Are you going to do that for everybody on this list, sir? Because if we
I will say there's not a lot of people here that had a very apparent recycling scandal.
Okay, but that's fine. There's
third time.
There's multiple, and then you got people who redid their battle on the spot, and you know about that.
That was disgusting.
What are we talking about?
Talk about that.
So we talk about.
We can talk about that now.
So we're gonna point those things out.
Well,
if we're gonna keep it consistent. Because it was a lot of do-overs and reworks and the water and
versus Kid Chaos.
And we just talked about somebody edit out a whole damn choke.
And she had rehearsal. That is fair. She had rehearsal gate. So
I'll be damned.
And you guys, y'all mentioned. Hold on. You guys mentioned KD, right? In the 2-on-2, I believe.
Yeah.
Didn't that just come out that he took that whole joint from somebody?
But he was 20.
The haymaker of it.
He was
respectfully.
20.
So that.
But he's 20.
But you're arguing for him on the list.
But I'm not arguing the recycle.
So we can,
no, for me,
for Pandora's box or recycling.
I'm not mentioning the recycling.
Let's just keep it even.
That's not for the argument point.
I'm not
saying.
I'm not mentioning the recycling gate, but like the thing is about that news battle is it's a judge loss stuff. I think it's one of the best battles of the year.
We can talk about that.
But he has a barrage of losses. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, the Stumbles battle is not just a loss; that's a body. So it's like. And then you can't. And we just talked about grudge matches, right? So, like Bad Money mentioned, because I want to give him credit for it. He mentioned it earlier. He lost the body. He got bodied in that situation. He has multiple judge losses as comparison to like Sheed having two.
She got 30 by Miss Hustle.
Not only does he have two,
he got 30 by Miss Hustle.
No. Here's the thing. But he also has two judge wins. He got bodied by Stumbles, and there's still 2 or 3 other judge losses that he has outside of that. Like what? Come on. And then we're talking. And my thing is like strength of schedule. You talk about strength of schedule. It's like okay, Twerk, really good. Okay, and then he has
it was great.
Like really good. Really good. But we're talking about
he got 2 battle of the year.
Sheed has faced even with the Hustle battle's controversial. We know that.
She doesn't have a better battle than
Hustle.
Torque
We know is going to be for a fact in the Wody conversation or whatever. And then we also know that he battled. I think Kid Chaos is a top 20 contender. I don't think I'm the only one that thinks that too.
Where the hell?
I got Chaos on my list.
I got Chaos on my list.
Higher than hair?
Yeah. We're not even going to go there.
Holy.
And then,
I'm about to say.
When we get there.
A great battle in that regard. And then he stood he lost. He stood toe to toe with JC. So he has
He
3 people.
He doesn't have a better battle than Snake versus Bad News or Snake versus Torque.
She versus Kid Chaos is better.
It's not better
But-
than no
Yes, it is.
But
Yes, it is.
you also brought up.
I think it is.
Forget better, because that's a subjective for sure. Like, and even if one of those are better, he has 2 of those. So if you pick one of those to be better than one of those, that's fine. He has another one to back it up. The counter to that is they're both judge losses.
Okay.
And you also brought up people redoing
Okay, I
their
got a question.
battles as an argument.
That's the only issue with it.
What is Snake's most dominant performance in your opinion?
Cortez.
Cortez, yeah.
Is that better? Is that better? Oh yeah, he beat Nana. He cleared Nana. Is that better?
I don't know, man. There's some people who on the watch bag said that none of them won that battle.
Well, the judges said that Snake.
That's cool. But I want to see
We can't do that. We gotta keep it.
I can Snake beat none of them. But you brought up the point.
And I can go to YouTube and you can see Snake Eyes got cheated up and down in fucking comments, sir.
But what I'm saying is this though.
You will see that.
also brought up the point of.
You will see
We gotta
that.
stick to the verdict.
But the fact that he cleared Tez.
It's a lot of 2-1s.
The fact that he cleared Cortez.
Yeah.
How many of us had Snake Eyes on the list? And if we had
Snake Eyes on my list.
And if so, how many? And if so, where do we have Snake Eyes?
Let me get this bar, please.
How many of us had Snake Eyes on the list? And with that point, what spot do we have?
I actually had Snake and She literally back to back, but I had She 16 and Snake 17. So like,
what did you? Where'd you?
I had Snake Eyes at 20.
I mean, I would have Sheed above Snake, but
That's
you brought
right.
up the point.
But I had
That's in the same.
Yeah, I had him at 6. But I had Snake and She interchangeable. If you wanted to argue She 16, Snake 17, I had them both like back. Like they had.
And to the point of people redoing battles, nobody who had to reshoot their battle made this list.
Y'all trying to put Kid Chaos on here.
Who's y'all? My name is Bad Money.
He reshot the battle.
You can't fault Kid Chaos for that. That was Averb.
What? No. Why did he agree to that?
He got the money up front.
Why?
Once you say, oh, you want to forfeit, you want to reshoot. He won the battle. So the online community sees that
the decision was it could be judged with the chokes in it, or you could keep the money and we reshoot it.
Who we arguing every shot?
Huh?
No, he made a case for why Kid Chaos is on the list, and he mentioned the point
I
about
think Kid Chaos should be penalized. Averb should be penalized.
When the recycling shit got brought up, it was, you know what I'm saying, an argument point that, people reshot them battles. There's people, you know what I'm saying, who reshot battles and all that. Doesn't take away from the recycling. You know what I'm saying? And nobody who had to reshoot their battle made this list, or even in the honorable mentions.
Well, how many people on this list have proven recycling allegations? We can start with Gotti, who has 2 videos out currently.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to. That's why
We still on. It just got quiet.
Can we? Hold on.
I don't want to do the recycling thing.
How much material was recycled though?
I feel like we got
this on a bar.
I don't really know about the get. I feel like we got enough to go off.
Listen,
this right
both Sheed and Snake have 4 judge battles. They both have 4 judge battles apiece. We don't need to go to recycling this. We could just talk about the work. There's enough. The work is even enough there to talk about it.
Yeah.
I agree, friends.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we gotta get on.
I'm confused because
it's like he didn't win none of his grudge matches. You have to put high stake in a grudge match. He didn't win none of his grudge matches last year.
The thing is, there's a judge record to it. She's judge record is 2-2. Snake Eyes is 1-3. But the only thing is, one of those 3 losses, the stumbles loss, like that's a bad loss.
What was She's biggest win?
You can either say true fall, probably true fall more than none, more than true fall.
Okay, so Snake's biggest win, Cortez cleared him.
I think She'd have this material against True
Clear.
was amazing.
Cortez was judged.
I don't
cleared him.
I forgot that was judged though.
And it was supposed to be.
We need to figure out how we feel in this room now, beyond the judge battles. How we feel about his Holmesy battle, his Rock battle, because
Cortez battle.
He lost to Holmesy.
And the Rock battle is crazy. That's a crazy battle.
I think it's competitive.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
It's not. I'm not arguing him number 1. I'm saying he should be 16, 17. I don't.
So hold on. He started off with saying that Snake Eyes should be right here at 17, right? That's
16.
16.
He said 16.
So who we got Sheed at what?
17.
Sheed at 17. I see what the argument is here.
We should go to the categories now. We should go to the categories.
I got Sheed over Snake.
I got Sheed over Snake.
Let's do the
It's only one
categories.
spot. It's only one spot.
It's time.
Who wants to set it off?
Categories.
French, you want to set it off?
Strength of
He said no.
Strength of schedule. Strength of
You
schedule.
get it. All right.
Schedule.
Strength of schedule. Sheed or Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes battle. Tay Rock. He got a lot of. He was on the TV show when you had the battle. He ain't even
Yeah, you know what? I'll edge because Twerk and Tay Rock, those are.
Yeah, I seen that Snake.
And he was on the TV. Yeah.
Impact.
Snake again.
Well, hold on. Is it positive or
I don't
negative
feel like
impact?
he's clearing. Like I'm not mad.
Hold up,
There's a big discussion.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hold up. We're not doing that. You know why it doesn't matter? You know why it doesn't matter? Because it doesn't. Like if we talk about WWE, Vince McMahon don't give a fuck if everybody booing Ted DiBiase. It's a sold out
It
fucking
says
crowd up
strong
there.
effect on the culture.
Huh? Strong impact, effect on the culture. The belts, once Snake Eyes lost the belt, what happened?
Snake Eyes.
And gained a lot of momentum. Win or lose, you can still gain momentum.
Snake eyes. All right. Snake, you got that.
He's two up.
Consistency.
Consistency.
I got a sheep.
She. How do you yell back at him?
That was the only one I was like, oh, here it goes.
She got that
Moments.
clear. Moments. Snake eyes. Whoa. What?
Let's talk about it.
Snake eyes. What you?
What's she's moments?
Yeah. What is she? What's the
McDonald's
moment?
story, I feel like that's gotta be a moment. That was a very impactful and well.
Put the ice on me, help me cool down. I'ma bring the real niggas back, hey. I'ma bring the real niggas back, hey. I'ma bring